Hi, I'm back. Oh. How we doing? SpongeBob. Yeah, that's true. I've just finished a roast beef sandwich from Jersey Mike's. I haven't had their roast beef before. I usually get the a turkey roast beef, but I just flat out had a roast beef sandwich. I'm good. I showed up. So how's life? Quat, welcome to the stream. Life is good. Life is very good. It's Godgame week. We're doing Godgame all week. For those of you who don't know, this is our schedule. That is a tweet from Pop Tropica. In fact, that is not our schedule. Here's our schedule for today. For our timeline of events this week. We are about to begin the Godgame Iceberg. I'm gonna undeafen and call in a minute with rocks. We got card dev on Wednesday. Thursday's gonna be a Godgame boss gauntlet with rocks. Friday is gonna be the reveal of I just dropped my headphone of Carnival Green with Gibson, Tyler, and Pyro. Saturday will be my mega Godgame card tier list. I'm gonna rank every card, every viewer card, everything, no exceptions. Not in one go, but should the schedule just be on the BRB screen? You know, honestly, true. Maybe that should just be my BRB screen this week. You know, that's true. That's true. Maybe I'll do that. Spawn out tiers the Paladin card. No, the Overwatch cards are not gonna be very low on the Iceberg. Oh, the tier list. Oh God, I don't know where the Overwatch cards will go. I'm gonna go F tier, except for Winston. Yeah, I think we're good to go. I'm gonna undeafen and call, and say hi to Rocks.
506 in Pokemon Platinum. We started thinking.
Hi.
Oh, hey, Socks.
Hi. What's up?
Hey, I was just telling a brief story about when me and Phoebe were playing Nuzlocke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, a while back we were doing a Pokemon Platinum one, and when we got to badge like 5 or 6, so Phoebe is really, you know this, Socks. Phoebe is fucking genius when it comes to Pokemon stuff. She knows like everything.
Yes, she is.
So when I was playing, I was streaming in like call to her, and she was like mission control basically. So about around batch 5 or 6 in Platinum, we realized, hey, we're coming up on like the end of the game, which means we're gonna have to fucking fight the Elite Four and Cynthia, which is the fucking scariest thing in the world. And like, we took like a break. We took like a break and like reconvened like a day or two later, or like a couple hours later. I don't fully remember. It's been a while, but I messaged her with like. You know, like the fucking Universal, like not the Universal. Is it like the Universal Studios theme? Like, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And I sent her an image of like a build for a fucking Gyarados that could completely counter Cynthia's entire team. So we just planned way ahead to try and get this Gyarados.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Literally the most important Pokemon ever. So how are you doing now? I didn't actually go on break because I feel like if I go and like sit down for a minute, I'm gonna fucking black out.
That happens to me sometimes. That's why I don't always. It was very good actually. I washed up. I just like stood and walked around, which is good. And then I had a little sandwich, and I'm feeling very, very good. I'm posting my tweet and my announcement in my Discord to let people know that we are.
Yeah, I'll post that.
Moving on.
As well. Yeah. So do you want to start like Discord streaming?
Yeah. Give me a minute. I don't have it viewable on stream yet.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'm just announcing my server. Yeah, I'm feeling very, very good. That was a really good game, and I'm super excited. Dude, someone in chat asked, are the Overwatch cards gonna be at the bottom of the iceberg? No, the Overwatch cards probably won't be any lower than like tier 3 or 4. If that tells you what the bottom of the iceberg is gonna look like.
Oh, you gotta go. Okay, take Cobama.
Oh, goodbye, Bomber. The bottom of the iceberg is gonna be shit you don't know about, and some shit Rox doesn't know about.
That's true.
Why
am I opening Vegas Pro?
Let me here, let me screen share and I'll show off the the template.
Right, get in. Let me know when you're
oh god. Hello?
Hello?
Okay, I started screen sharing it for a minute, the audio died. I think we're good now.
Let me know when you're showing that off so I can
I have it on screen now if you want to get it, and I'm putting it on my window capture now. Ooh.
Okay.
Godgame Iceberg.
Wait, I don't have the pop-up open. Hold
on. Hold on. Okay. Oh, I didn't do that before stream. Hold on. Oops. Hold on.
I need to crop this.
Yeah, I also need to do that. I need to put my my Photoshop overlay on. Hold on, let me get this on my main monitor so I can make it correct and not yucky looking.
Yeah.
Sick. There we go. And then let me put this down here. And then let me actually move it down.
Wait, actually. Wait. There we go. I can... There we go. There we go. How does this look, chat? Does that look okay? Is that readable?
There we go. Yeah, chat.
Not
Also,
readable,
let me know that. And Rox is also streaming. If you want to go to Rox's stream and go in Rox's chat. Were the iceberg memes the original Mr. Incredible becoming uncanny?
Kind of.
The original Mr. Incredible becoming uncanny was the Krusty Krab versus the Chum Bucket, or the Drake smiling versus the Drake unhappy. So this is the is the that's not real. Hold on.
It's doing something weird in the screenshot.
What is it doing?
Can you like look at your own screenshot?
Yes.
It's like
look at your stream.
Yeah, look at my stream. Yeah.
What's it doing?
It's when you
oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes. Photoshop does that with
it doesn't do that for me.
Screen share sometimes.
I have no idea. I mean, that's probably fine because it's just hiding the. It's showing the actual thing. And it's just hiding.
It's just zooming in.
Yeah, just try not to drag up and down too much because it'll probably fucking.
Okay, I will stay. I will still zoom in. I am gonna drag down a little bit to show off the template. This is the Godgame Iceberg. Now, both me and Rox have prepared a bunch of entries for this. We're gonna be making it live. There's gonna be stuff you know about. There's gonna be some pretty obvious stuff. No, that's not real, chat. That was a test thing that I forgot to delete before stream. There's gonna be a lot of stuff you're gonna see that you're gonna recognize, like Brian, or Carcat, or Baby Poe. There's going to be a lot of stuff you maybe have an idea about, but don't know. There's gonna be a lot of stuff you have no idea about. There's gonna be a lot of stuff Rox has no idea about. There's gonna be stuff I don't know. We have many layers. Prepared for this?
Yes,
and
we do.
Yeah, let me turn my music up real quick. Let me get...
Yeah, so the audio bouncing in this playlist is like fucked. Like some of the songs are really loud and some of them are like quiet.
Yeah, it's very hard to balance audio with YouTube. It's annoying. There we go.
Oh dear.
I think we're good. I think we're good to get right into it. Had to see where
What that
Huey, Dewey,
Millhouse's
Louie
mod.
effect is. Now, Rox, I don't know about you. I have one thing that I'm gonna put at the very top, first layer of the iceberg.
Sure, go ahead.
My number one entry is stream expansions.
Oh yeah.
That to me is like, if you watch Godgame, you know about the stream cards and you know about viewer cards. The way we're gonna do this, we're gonna start from the top and we're gonna go down like an iceberg video. Stream expansions are, put it simply, cards made by viewers. They are, I do submission streams once every 1 to 2 weeks. Rox does them as well. I take cards for $10 and we throw them into the game, and it's basically like an official mod. You and we play with those, and you probably saw some today. You'll see them almost every stream. You'll see viewer cards.
That's true.
Yeah.
And they're awesome.
They are. There's a lot of very, very, very good ones. You can mod Godgame. I mean, mod in quotation marks. but yeah. Do we want to go like maybe back and forth? You think is good?
Sure. Well, I have one that could be like, I'm not sure where this would go actually. Probably not too low down.
I would say do one if you have any that are high up. Do that, because I have a good amount of high up ones that are just like obvious that we could knock out.
I had one, but my brain is like melting right now. I feel like I forgot it.
Mods Uno by
it
adding
was
a
really
second
good.
variable.
It was a really good one I had.
I have one.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Maybe on like layer 3.
Layer
the fifth
3.
Poop shitter died.
Layer 3. The fifth poop shitter died.
Yeah. So, if anyone in the chat knows where the poop shitters came from, like the original image and like all that stuff, there are 5 of them.
That's true.
But there are only 4 in Godgame.
That's true. That's true.
And it's the canon is that the 5th one died. Like there is I think it's literally a card that's like RIP Poop Shitter 5 or something. The 5th one is dead. No, it's not a secret boss card because it's dead. It's never around anymore.
The Poop Shitter is a stream expansion boss. But the Poop Shitter is also not the 5th Poop Shitter. It's all 4 of them combined.
Yeah.
They like Power Ranger fused.
They Steven Universe fused.
Yeah, no, literally. I have a couple good ones for layer 1.
Sure.
So, this is gonna be a very obvious one.
A lot of the ones I wrote down in advance are like mid-low ones. Yeah.
I wrote down a lot. I wrote down a lot for every layer, but a lot of shit is on like layer 7 and below. The next one I'm gonna do is the Doge deck.
Oh yeah.
Because most of you know it, but people immediately coming into Godgame probably don't know what the Doge deck is. The Doge deck, to explain it to you, it is the first gimmick deck. It is a special deck you don't draw from typically. It was made for one card, which is Doge, which is a champion. And the joke was this Doge, for whatever reason, has like 70 different forms it can turn into. And then Surprise Egg was made, which is an explore character that lets you draw a Doge card. And then from there, the Doge deck just kind of expanded and became a thing. That is the Doge deck. Doge Rick and Rick Doge effect is layer 5. Another thing that I put on here, and maybe that's honestly layer 2, now that I'm looking at it. No, the next thing I put on here, I think is layer 2, and that is Annihilation.
Oh yeah.
Dude, this song is, turn this shit up, hold on.
Quiet.
Layer 2, I guess we can just do layer 1, 2, and 3 right now. I'm gonna put Annihilation. If you don't know what Annihilation is the quote-unquote permanent removal of cards from Godgame. Specifically, it removes cards from play in your timeline, which is something we're gonna do later, for all future games. However, there are ways to save cards from Annihilation, such as Paula from Earthbound, who we'll also get to later, and some other means. There's like Save from Undertale.
That's true. You could also kill one of the developer champion cards.
That's true. There's many ways to get rid of Annihilation. Another thing I think is good for layer 2, especially with the image, is dead. Dead is specifically a joke status effect. It was funnily enough, dead was one of the first status effects ever made. And it was made for Brian, and when a card is dead, it is dead. That's all it does.
It immediately dies when you play it.
And another thing that will go on layer 1 related to that is joke statuses, which are status effects that don't do anything usually. Things can interact with them. Joke statuses are like gay, sick fires, monkey. There's awesome is a new joke status.
Bad guy, the original.
These do not include secret joke statuses, which are their own category because they're stupid. I kind of like to call those. I interchange between calling those stupid statuses and secret joke statuses.
Yeah.
So that's just cow gems we have.
If a card lets you search for a joke status, you can only get the real ones, quote unquote.
Yeah. Not like yummy or like chocolate or adorable.
Hidden
statuses. Hidden statuses is good. Now, next up, I don't know if this is layer 1 or layer 2, but what I'm gonna put down is Millhouse.
I was actually literally just about to say that.
Yeah, layer 1 or layer 2, you think?
I think enough people know him. I feel like he might literally be layer 1.
You think so? You think so?
I think, to me, Millhouse is the most iconic Godgame card ever.
That's true. I feel like he's like... Yeah, I feel like he is layer 1. I feel like Millhouse is layer 1.
Yeah.
Killhouse is 2 or 3. True. Killhouse is 3. Killhouse is 3. Millhouse is a basic card, which...
8/8.
Oh, you know what I can do? I'm still in the game. I can load the game. I can show you as we talk about stuff. I can actually pull cards out, and I can talk about them to kind of show you what they are.
That's true. I could also briefly switch to the game when you do that.
Oh, I'm looking in the Explore deck. Let me pull out Millhouse, and I'll show you.
Modular Final? That's a hidden one.
Does Millhouse go in the Mill deck? No. And you can see there's many Millhouses in here. Millhouse is a card that is 8 HP, 8 damage. His battle cry is, when Millhouse comes into play, immediately shuffle Millhouse back into the deck. If Millhouse would be discarded by any effect, instead shuffle him back into the deck. No other abilities can disable or negate this effect. He is one of the earliest Godgame cards. You can basically never play him. Almost under no condition. He has never been played and stayed in play. You technically could, as you can technically do anything, but like with a crowbar or whatever. But you can't. He is not meant to be played. If you somehow perform his death rattle, you summon one Killhouse. Millhouse is not a card. That is Millhouse. He is layer 1. He is extraordinarily iconic.
Yes.
I'm gonna take a drink of water. Rocks, do you want to take over for a minute?
Sure. I mean, you'll have to write them as I say them. So let's see. There's a lot of cool stuff that could go in these top players. I think. Let's see. What would a good one be? Would the where would ultra statuses go? Like the addition of ultra statuses.
Ultra statuses, I think, are layer 3.
3?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because they're a bit newer, but like if you watch Godgame now, you know what ultra statuses are.
Yeah. So before, like in the original Godgame and like for a while in newer Godgame, there were only 2 categories of status: regular. Actually, no, there weren't even categories. I kind of made that up.
No, there weren't. It was just they were just all grouped together. Poison and Taunt were the same.
Yeah. But there were regular statuses and special statuses. Regular ones tended to be like downsides, like poisoned, and special statuses are like speed, flight,
Taunt,
etc. But dead counted as a special status.
Yeah, and
Which,
you can apply it to anything.
So we had to create a new category specifically for, and specifically also because we added shit like Resolute, Daunting,
And Undying. There's Undying.
Undying, yeah.
And that was done because there are cards that are like, give this card any special status.
Yeah.
And if you could give a card any special status and one of those is Undying or another one is Dead, you're always going to pick Undying or Dead.
Exactly.
You either give your cards Undying or you give an enemy card Dead. So now it's a bit more interesting.
Yes.
When our Godgame tournament's going to happen? First time chat from Lisa McRad. I have one planned. I want to do a charity tournament. So sometime in the future.
That's going to be awesome.
Yes. I have a good one that I think is good for either layer 1 or probably layer 2, honestly.
Sure.
That would be WD Gaster, who to me is another iconic Godgame card and is the iconic original scary card. And it's perfect. Here, I'll show it on stream.
Oh,
it is like,
it's just called Gaster, like all caps.
Oh, it is literally just called Gaster. It literally, it's an environment card. Once it is put down on the table, it is rule. It's technically not rule, but it's like a house rule. Like if someone puts it on the table and says, "What does this do?" You do its effect, and its effect, written in wingdings, is to reset the game. Now you reset the game with HP intact. So if this were played right now, I would have 0 HP and Ross would have 13, but we'd start a new game.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what Gaster does. It is from the original set of cards, like the original first ever import. It was in the first 20 environments. And to me, it's like I said, it's the perfect scary card. It looks scary. It has a very simple, very powerful effect, and it's classic.
It's awesome, yeah. Genuinely love this card.
WD Gaster is a bit lower than Layer 3 for reasons. That's a card we gotta talk about.
Yeah.
Rox, do you have anything you'd put on here? Because I have some other ones for Layer 2 and Layer 3-ish.
You did not actually write down Kill House yet.
True.
Do you think Paragoomba fits in the top 3 layers? Because I think so.
Paragoomba? Why?
Why? Because when I was doing the reworks, it became sort of notorious for being like the worst fucking skill card ever.
I don't know.
Definitely not top. Maybe not top 3.
I don't know if Paragoomba warrants even. I don't know. Maybe like I feel like that's like layer 4. Millhouse crashed my computer. I feel like that's like slightly lower. I have a good one for layer 2, like top of layer 2, right with Annihilation. This is actually, I wrote this down. This is something you do. This is card of the day. Rox, do you want to explain what your card of the day is?
Oh, also, Keith, thank you for the 9 months. Card of the day is something I do in my server. Since around, like, I don't know when I started. It was like 9 months ago or some shit. I've been posting one card from Godgame every single day. Every single day. And we've been talking about it a bit. And today's card is actually the first card I've ever made. It's Shovel Knight. It is Shovel Knight. It is Shovel Knight. The first card I've ever made. Yeah, Shovel Knight is a bit lower, but Shovel Knight was the first character ever written for Godgame, and is partially responsible for Godgame like being playable today. Funnily enough. Yeah. And there's some funny trivia with that as well. I mean, if you guys want to see the card of the day every day, you can join
Rox's server. Yeah, and you can join Rox's stream at this link right over here.
I'll get my server link as well. There we go. Where do you think Fuzzies goes?
Fuzzies? Fuzzies goes lower, because the first 3 layers to me are like staples, you know?
Staples, yes.
Like things that will just about always be relevant in some manner.
Uh-huh. Yeah, a lot of the shit that's immediately coming to mind to me is like more obscure shit. I'm gonna try and think about something.
I have a couple more. I have the next one I'm gonna put down is actually campaign / adventure mode. It's been called both interchangeably. Campaign mode is an offshoot mode that I conceptualized with the help of Pyro, Snorant Pyro, and Tyler. It is kind of like Slay the Spire, also kind of like Inscription. It is manually DM'd by one dungeon master. It's so far only been me, but soon Pyro and Rox and some others are actually going to be DMing a campaign for me on my channel.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
It has a story, it is a deck builder, it has characters, it has a little bit of role play, a little bit. And yeah, that's basically it. Right now we are doing a campaign with Duke of Ash that is in my Godgame playlist, and the finale for that is next Thursday. And the next campaign after that will be the SoxBX campaign. Yeah, Subspace mode. And speaking of modes, Sophie brings this up. Next up, also on layer 2, this music's a little loud, hold on, is party mode. Party mode is another alternate game mode for Godgame that I've conceptualized for ideal 4-player play. We kind of switch back and forth between versus and party mode. Basically, it is a game mode where players do not have health pools. They have a goal to get 100 victory points before any other player. It is, it's a bit more chaotic, a bit faster, usually, sometimes. But really it just flows better than like having one health pool. It's like a Mario Party mode. Well, the highs would be very low.
I have another one.
Yeah?
Just Alvin and the Chipmunks should be definitely on here up high.
Alvin and the Chipmunks are like layer 2.
Layer 2, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Alvin and the Chipmunks. I mean, should I show them on? I guess I'll get them.
Alvin, Simon, and Theodore? I guess, yeah.
I guess I will, huh? I know one of them is in the Discard right now.
Yeah, I'm getting Theodore out.
Why are there 2 Alvins? There are 2 Alvins.
There are probably also 2 Simons.
There's 2 Simons. Alvin, Simon, and Theodore are taunt cards. They are from Gamma. That's really it. It's Alvin, Simon, and Theodore.
Text.
They don't, and they don't need it.
No, they don't. These cards are perfect.
They literally should never ever be changed. And also Theodore is the best one.
Alvin and the Chipmunks are some of the most prolific Godgame recurring characters.
I'm gonna take a drink.
They have very many cards.
The odor.
Yeah. Also, yeah, if you actually look at the fucking Alvin and Chipmunks cards, Alvin is objectively the worst one, Simon is the second best one, and Theodore is then objectively the best one.
None of them have 2 HP.
No, they don't.
Damn. Can we listen to the Alvin rap? No.
Alvin.
Okay. On the topic of party mode, the next one should be victory points, because victory points are a little weird. They are here. I'm gonna tab back into Godgame as we talk about this. Victory points are a special type of currency. They're kind of like a premium currency. They are in normal play. You get victory points for defeating bosses. You can spend 5 victory points to get a victory card, or you can exchange 1 victory point for 1 coin to be spent in the shop. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that victory points were originally the way to play Godgame 4-player mode in classic mode. If you had more than 2 players, instead of health pools, there would be a nexus in the center with, say, 60 HP. It would vary. We only tested it a few times. You would deal damage to it to gain victory points, and when it ran out, whoever had the most VP wins. This mode was directly translated into party mode years later. Now, victory points in classic mode kind of stopped mattering. And originally you would get like 1 VP and not 5. Now, there's another thing with victory points that goes back even further to the 4-player mode. Victory points were the original way to win. There was no health pools. Originally, on the very first one, not the very first, but one of the first rule sheets for Godgame, before any cards were made, you would defeat enemy cards and gain victory points for defeating enemy cards. And you would get like 1, or you'd get 2, or you'd get 3 for a champion, or what have you. And it wasn't really developed beyond that. It was just, you know, defeat characters to get victory points. And so this was it for a little bit, and cards were made to give you victory points. And then victory points stopped doing anything in classic Godgame. And victory points still don't do anything in classic Godgame. There's like a Fortnite Battle Royale, Victory Royale card that was made and exists in the deck, and it gives you 1 VP. And it didn't do anything. And bosses also gave you VP. Literally like the Nexus from League of Legends, yeah. Victory points are weird. And I think they're finally in like a good spot in modern Godgame.
Oh yeah.
Victory points were always like really, really weird. Epic Awesomeness. Epic Awesomeness 5, that's an awesome fucking username.
I can post the birthday picture of you, so like...
Yeah, thank you for the 2 months.
I cannot find it and wish to add it to my psychic damage drives.
Yeah, that is original art, I believe.
Yeah, it is slightly edited. Hold on.
Legacy weekend. That's not true.
There we go.
That's not true.
It's in Sox's general chat.
Yeah, so that's victory points. I have 2 things for layer 3. I actually have a couple things for layer 3 still.
Let me switch back.
The next thing that I would put on here would be the Clash Royale cards, which
do you mind if I do a bit of explaining for that?
Yeah, do it. I'm gonna tap into tabletop and I'm gonna try to find the Clash Royale deck.
Right.
Hold on.
So when I was running Chaos Rising, I didn't realize how fucking big it was at the time already. But that expansion took like 4 or 5 months to make, yeah?
Yeah. Took a long time.
At some point, Sox was like, I'm gonna write every single card from Clash Royale. and I, for some fucking reason, said, yeah, just put them in Chaos. Put them in. And then it blows.
Every single... Over 100! Or almost 100, actually. Not over 100.
Yeah.
Technically, I didn't write all of them, but I didn't write, like, the stupid goblins.
Yeah.
Fuck the goblins. Okay, I have the... It is 99 cards in the Clash Royale deck. Now, in December, some of you know I got inflicted with the flu really badly, and after this, while I was inflicted with the flu, all I did is I watched Family Guy and I played Clash Royale. That was my life for 2 weeks. I'm not kidding. And then I just kept playing Clash Royale for a while, and so I just, like, mostly as a joke, made every single card from Clash Royale. Every single one.
My idea for a poison spirit.
And I made most of these. I made these basically all in 1 week, and there's some there's some knockout hits like Builder. And I get SpongeBob Time, great. But put a single goblin to make it 100. Yeah. Now, the Clash Royale cards are currently just about almost every single one of them is annihilated, thanks to an event that took place on the last Gauntlet stream I did. It's on my VOD channel. They're all gone. I got Daffy. I got this card, which annihilates every visible card. And I had Ishimaru, which made all cards in player hands visible. And then I drew every Clash Royale. And because all cards in my hand were visible, I played Daffy and I annihilated every card in my hand. which was every card from Clash Royale, because there is a card in the victory deck that is called every card from Clash Royale, and it makes you draw one copy of every card from Clash Royale and then piss everyone off.
Except the bad one.
Yeah, because I didn't add like the stupid goblins.
Oh wait, yeah.
I don't know what I think there's like a couple other things that are technically missing, but I don't know. There's enough. I'm not going back. And hopefully these cards stay annihilated literally forever. Basically. Yeah, that's the Clash Royale cards. I have another thing, but this would be like a good like very bottom of layer 3.
Oh yeah?
And I have a couple more for layer 3 I want to do. What's up?
I was thinking, what about young cards? You know, like, time to grow up and stop being such a young...
I feel like those are layer 4.
Layer 4? Okay.
I have a couple more of layer 3 that I can just like go through. Although looking at these, maybe these are layer... It doesn't matter. It's like kind of pedantic, but...
Yeah, it's fine. If we want to move anything around, we can.
Yeah. The next one that I'm gonna do, and this might honestly be layer 4.
Oh,
this
wait,
might be slightly lower. Kez, thank you for the gifts of the Clash Royale.
Hell should be on here.
Hell should be on here. Hell, do you think Hell is layer 2 or layer 3?
I think probably layer 2, because many people know about that as they know about Annihilation.
That's true.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know what Hell is a deck that was made basically exclusively for the Overwatch cards. Because in the first few streams of Godgame, we would basically, anytime we'd see a card we didn't like, we would delete it. And Hell was made so that instead of deleting those cards, you send them to Hell. And there are still cards that we delete on site, but there are also plenty of cards we put in Hell. Now, there's also cards that are naturally in Hell.
Hellborn.
Yeah, Hellborn. Like Poo Lagoon, or like the Gumball cards. Or like new ones. Or that.
Oh wait, I should show Hell on stream. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so the nice thing about Hell, the only cards that have to be in it are cards you want to be in it. Like, if you really don't want to play with a card, you can just delete it.
Yeah.
Hell is for cards that like, if
or like
you're
joke
okay with playing
bad.
them, yeah, you're okay with playing with them if they get drawn from Hell.
Yeah, you're okay with the game getting crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my awesomeness. That is a Tribe King Mega Man figure. That's another low entry.
SpongeBob poop pants.
In line for a roller coaster Family Guy. That is normally in Hell, yes. That is in viewer Hell. Now the next one I would do for layer 3, and maybe probably the second to last one. Yeah, this is the second to last one. I have 2 more. The next one I'm gonna do is Pocket. Pocket is not anything.
Most obscure mechanic ever.
Yeah, it's not anything crazy. It is a mechanic that almost nothing uses. It was made for Villager. It is actually from Godgame Classic. It is not a new term. It is old. It is several years old. So Villager, whenever a consumable is played, Villager may pocket it. If we go into terms, because it's not a status, it's a term.
Yes, term.
Characters who are pocketing things hold them for safekeeping. Effects that let players steal, view, or otherwise interact with cards in your possession do not affect cards in a pocket. An item may be removed from a pocket at any time during that player's turn, but it may not be played the same turn it was removed. And they can only pocket 1 card at a time. It's a really weird thing. It's interesting, but it's like confusing because you have pocketing and then you also have attaching, which are 2 like totally separate effects that are kind of like thematically similar. And when a character pockets something, you just put it underneath them the same way you would like an attachment, usually. But we could probably start stacking them under. Yeah, make cards that pocket. Donate for cards that pocket. My first year card used the pocket mechanic, but I totally misunderstood it, so now it's slightly broken. Understandable. I think you can take cards from my card's pocket. Feels like it kind of limits design space. That's just, well, it's like an attachment you can remove at any time. If you want a character to pocket something they can't ever use, or that can't be taken off, that would be an attachment. But again, it's like, it's weird. It's something that was made a long time ago, and modern day wouldn't really be made. Yeah, technically all cards can pocket if you have like a consumable to let them.
Yeah.
But you can't really do it. Specialized ability decks, you did that. That is
spells.
Low. Yeah, that I have pretty low.
Jack, you asked that question. I will get to that in a little bit. That's going to be lower, I think, if we talk about that.
The last thing I'm putting on here that a lot of people know, but is obscure enough to be on layer 3, is the first Godgame stream was on Gibson's channel.
That's true.
This is true. The first ever stream of Godgame was not on SoxBX. It was not on Rox's channel. It was on twitch.tv/Patabana. Literally the world premiere of Godgame. I DM'd Gibson a bit after the revamp was done when Roxy were DMing me about it, and I was like, Gibson would be the perfect person to play this stupid card game that I made forever ago with. And I DM'd Discord. I DM'd Gibson on Discord, and I was like, do you want to play this stupid card game? And they were like, yes. And then we played it, and then it was so fun that me, Gibson, Tyler, and Rudd played it, and that's the first card game bought on my stream. On my channel, rather.
That stream was awesome.
I think I'm gonna do a rewatch of either that or the other. Either we're gonna rewatch that tomorrow, or we're gonna rewatch the first 4-player game tomorrow. Theodore Kaiju, thank you for the tier 3 for 2 months. My goodness, thank you.
Front flips. Oh yeah, baby swag.
I love Godgame. That I think that, and we can add more to it later, but I think we can now move on to the next 3 layers, which are layer 4, which has Snotty Boy, layer 5, and layer 6, which has Eeyore.
Yeah.
And this. Rox, do you have anything you'd like to start us off with?
Yeah, so layer 4. This is something that some people know about but don't really think about that often. There are 3 different mechanics for turning a card into a different card. Playover, upgrade, and transform.
These are all completely different mechanics.
Completely different mechanics.
Yeah.
Playover and upgrade are pretty similar, but upgrades keep attachments but also keep lost HP. Playover is basically like you're playing a brand new card. Transform is a temporary change for a card. So like Ben 10 turns into like Accelerate, Forearms.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 very similar mechanics, but
here I can show. For example, there's a card called most of the Brian cards mention if a card comes into play that has a car in its image, play the card Brian Griffin over this card.
Yeah, so it's a playover card.
Yeah, so this is playover, and I'll show you Brian, and then I'll show you an example of upgrading. This is Brian, and so it basically just dies. There is Ghastly. A lot of the Pokemon, instead of doing playover, they upgrade. And upgrading is a unique effect where if Ghastly upgrades, he maintains any lost HP, which wouldn't be anything. He maintains attachments. It's as if the card turned into a different card.
Yes.
And then also an offshoot of that. Oh, you got Ben? Okay, perfect. An offshoot of that is Transform. Rox, do you want to explain Transform?
Yeah, so Transform is sort of similar to the others, but not quite the same. Transformed cards are literally the same card, but in 2 different states. So let me just get out the Alien deck real quick to show an example.
Yeah, the 10 Ben 10 aliens.
Yeah, so Ben can roll it. So transforming is a specific mechanic in regards to each card has a different method of transforming.
Yeah.
It is not like a unified thing. I can't fucking flip this deck over for some reason.
There you go.
That's the worst possible card to show off for this. There we
you go. Accelerate.
Yeah, so the cards have the same HP. They are considered the same card. So if Accelerate was in play and took damage, when it transforms back to Ben, it would still have the same amount of HP. But each card has different effects, and
depending on what it's transformed into. Yeah, exactly. Ben is like the perfect example of this.
Yeah, it was made for him, actually.
There you go. Yeah. And Ben has still never been played.
No, he hasn't. It's been so close multiple times.
One day he will.
Literally one of my favorite cards I've ever written.
That's a good first entry.
Yeah.
I have another really good first entry.
Oh, sure.
That is smart cards.
Oh no, he doesn't have all the aliens listed on him because he has a real sheet.
I'll turn it for someone to play him.
Smart cards.
Smart cards are a legacy mechanic from the very original iteration of Godgame, which it had mini games, and it was really, really intense on the Mario Party aspect. And smart cards were a type of mini game that was basically trivia. You've seen them by now. You saw them in this game that we played earlier. It asks a question, so someone else draws a smart card for you, and you have to answer it, and if you get it correct, then you get an effect depending on what the card is. So like with this card, it is, if it's an easy one, draw a Rick. If it's a heart, if it's a normal one, draw any gimmick card. If it's hard, draw 3 gimmick cards or 1 card from any deck. It's basically that. It was a really old mechanic that was removed except for there was 1 card on the ally dock when Rox was importing all the old allies, and that was Metaton. And Metaton's effect was draw 1 smart card. That was all it was. And so smart cards weaseled their way into being a modern mechanic years later in Chaos Rising.
As soon as I came up with the idea for Pinky and the Blaine, it had to happen. Gub, thank you for the 2 months. Most awesome mechanic.
The next one that I'm gonna do is it's obscure.
You're curious about Alien X? You'll see it if it happens.
If it happens, you'll see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, smart cards are honestly a fun addition, especially because they're like rare.
Yeah.
This is obscure enough to be layer 4. A lot of you were asking about this. This is the first thing on here that I feel like warrants. This is Iceberg. This is like where you get that weird trivia. That is the Overwatch cards.
Right. I'll let you explain this one.
Godgame was being developed from like 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. And cards were really written like crazy in 2018 and 2019. That's where most of the classic Godgame cards were made. And that was when I liked Overwatch. And so basically every Overwatcher at that time, with a few exceptions, got cards in the old game. And then they got cards in the revamp. And then we were like, hey, actually Blizzard kind of sucks balls and we kind of don't like Overwatch. So the first few streams, the Overwatch cards are played in the first stream ever. I think Gibson has Tracer. And I'm like, fuck, I fucking hate Overwatch. And then in the next one, I think I delete them as they come. And then, what the fuck? Scary music?
What?
Why is, oh, hold on.
Oh, you put that in the queue earlier.
I think we reached the end of the queue.
Oh.
Did we? We totally did.
We did.
Is Lollapop back? Lollapop's back! Yes!
Oh, God.
I'm gonna play my my playlist.
Yes.
Hold on.
Go for that. Go for it.
Not this song. Not this song. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Back to what I was saying. Overwatch cards. So after
the only one who's allowed.
Yeah. So after they were deleted, Hell was made. All the Overwatch cards got put in Hell for a few games, and then we were just like, you know what? Blizzard really sucks. The Overwatch cards are some of the only cards to just flat out be removed. Like, they will probably never be played with again. You'd think, except for Winston and Torbjorn. You'd think, except, well.
Are you showing tabletop again?
Yeah. Well, maybe should this be its own entry?
No,
this should be its own entry. The thing I was gonna talk about should be its own entry.
I know.
Why Torbjorn? Because Torbjorn's funny. Winston stays because he's lovable. Torbjorn can stay because he's funny. Everyone else...
Torbjorn also summons a special environment that no other card summons.
True. Everyone else, you'll never see him again. You'll never see him again, except for we'll get into that one card.
That does remind me. I think archived cards could probably be like layer 6.
That's true.
Whenever cards get changed, or like if I make any like revamps or like just balance edits, or even just if we just want to get rid of cards like the Overwatch ones, they go in a special folder I have on my PC called the archive folder. So that's so like the old versions of a bunch of the newer reworked cards we saw today are in there, like old Fredball, old like Mario, as well as a couple other cards that have just been like retired.
Torbjorn in the Clash Royale deck, I feel like fits. No, come on. The levels of Godgame are Godgame Afterlife for Hell, Heaven, Trashman. No, the Trashman is the reject deck, which should be also on this layer. It's no after Heaven. It's just null. It's just nothing, like removed from existence. Bastion didn't deserve to be in a Blizzard game. True. See, the thing is, if I keep the Bastion card in, then it's like, okay, well, now maybe I have to keep now I have to keep May in, and it's like, oh well, Rudd really likes Reaper, so I should keep Reaper in. We can't. We can make an exception for Winston, and I didn't want to keep Torbjorn in, but I budged on Torbjorn. I didn't even want to keep Winston in. You convinced me. I was convinced by enough people to keep Winston in. Another thing.
Did you write the archive cards thing down, by the way?
Oh, layer 6 archive cards.
5 or 6, yeah.
True. I'm gonna put. This is layer 5. Maybe this is layer. I'm gonna write it down, and we're gonna discuss.
Sure.
The next thing I'm gonna put are the Amazing World of Gumball cards.
I think that's either like low 5 or like high 6. Yeah.
I think right here, like right in the center of layer 5.
Yeah.
The Amazing World of Gumball is one of the only series that we are not allowed to make cards for. There cannot be Gumball cards. You've seen some, and I'll talk about why. There cannot be Gumball cards. Basically, ever. There are very few exceptions to this. The exceptions for a very long time are as follows. There was, I can't believe Gumball did this, which was an exception that all three of us agreed upon. There's Gumball in Greece, which is not even in the champion deck and isn't even worth showing. And I think that was literally it for a while.
No. Yes, but there's also the Amazing Placement Collider in the victory deck.
That's true, but that gets into Chaos Rising, where we have to talk about a very important card that is relevant to these, and will probably go right next to the Gumball one. Or honestly, it kind of counts as its own thing. This card and the Gumball cards come bundled together. The other Gumball adjacent card is called Gumballs. Gumballs' written text states, if this card ever has 7 different cards with human soul in the name attached to it, the Godgame developers will be forced to add one The Amazing World of Gumball card. This ability can only activate once in a game. This ability cannot be mimicked, copied, or taken by any other card, no matter what those cards say. This card's text cannot be altered in any way. This has happened 4 times. All 4 times were me, with a little help from Tyler and some other friends sometimes.
Yeah.
We have Gumball's Mailbox, Gumball's Attic Window, which is new, Gumball's Staircase, these were the original 2, and the new ones, as of today, are Gumball's Chimney and Gumball's Attic Window. And you'll notice these aren't characters, these are just parts of Gumball's house. There are characters that will come eventually.
Yeah.
But for now, we're building Gumballs.
Gumballs, the basic card is that's the only way for you to agree to add Gumball cards.
Yeah, and it probably will stay the only way. Oh, there's also, no, that's true. There's 2 There's 2 gumball cards in the
Gumball's
environment
house,
deck.
Yeah.
Shit, that might be in sets. Which expansion is
shit.
Gumball's house?
I want to say nuclear or hazy.
I think it's nuclear. And then there's another card that I need to show. I think it's hazy?
Is it hazy?
No, Gumball bonus stages. Then if it's not hazy, then it's definitely nuclear.
It is nuclear.
What? Is it champagne?
Maybe?
Where's Gumball's house?
Let me look
Where-
at it on my computer.
Where is Gumball's house? It's not chaos.
No, it's not fucking chaos. Why would I not? Why would I add that?
Well, I
It
made
is
stuff for
actually,
chaos.
it's champagne.
It's champagne, really? Why is it the
Yeah.
only champion? That's not correct. Why is it the only champion in Champagne Heart? Wait,
What?
this isn't correct. Why are these? Wait, the Champagne Heart? The only environment in the Champagne Heart one was the Battle Pass.
What?
That's not correct.
Uh-oh. Is there a story behind why Gumball specifically is like this? Because Gumball sucks?
Kind of does suck. It actually, like, unironically, it does kind of suck, doo-doo. It's like the first few seasons are like kind of charming, and then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you feminist! Oh, this joke is a Reddit joke. It's like, cool. I
God,
cannot
really?
believe Gumball said that.
Wait. Hold on, let me... Sets...
Okay, Gumball's house is in here.
Wait. Look. The champion deck.
Why does,
I mean-
what the fuck?
I mean-
It was only the
In the
top.
environments.
Only the top were there for Champagne Heart. That's weird.
That's so strange.
So there's also Gumball's house, and as of Carnival, there's one more. Let me show you.
There's Gumball's house.
Hold on. What was it called? Tyler, do you know the card? Do you remember what it was called? Oh, it's Hell's Gate. Which hasn't been shown on stream yet. It has a unique creator icon. While this environment is active, lock the Hell deck. If a card would direct you to draw from the Hell deck other than this one, you may instead draw from any deck in the game. So long as the gates of Hell remain closed, you are safe. If this environment is annihilated, shuffle the Hell deck into the Explore deck now and for all future games until it is removed from annihilation.
Fuck.
It keeps you safe. This is also the inside of Gumball's house. Yeah, that's the Gumball cards. Do you have anything you wanna add on here?
You mean about Gumball?
Well, to layer 4, 5, or 6.
Amalgamation.
True. Do you think that's 4 or 5?
One of the two, I'm not sure.
I think 4. I think 4 is good. Like maybe bottom of 4.
Yeah.
Amalgamation, for those of you who do not know, is a mechanic from the original Godgame written for one environment called True Lab. And True Lab's effect, it's a bit of a text hog, but basically it states all players' fields must amalgamate together. All stats of amalgamated cards combine. All status effects, all of their attachments into one card on one slot. They have multiple names, so this card would be named Buttercup and Skelly and Imp. It would have Undying, Flight, Power, Speed, and Ranged. It would have all of these cards written text. It would technically have all of their quotes. It would be from all those expansions. It's awesome. It's really fun.
I would have an amalgamation with 400 HP and question mark damage.
Yeah.
Oh.
A good amount. It's a very rare effect, and it should always be a rare effect. There's also like Memory Head does it, which is one of my favorite cards like ever.
Yes.
It was actually in
There's
tonight.
Also, this is actually, I guess, like some trivia. There is a boss that I've been trying to get work for like 3 expansions now. That is gonna that will amalgamate cards, and it's the DT machine from Undertale.
Ooh.
I've been trying to figure out how to make that work as a boss for like 3 expansions now, and it's always just been pushed back.
Coconut. We don't have a Coconut Fred card actually.
Oh.
There's a very important thing we have to put somewhere on here.
Yeah.
It's like the Iceberg. It's like the number one thing you're gonna think of when you hear Godgame Iceberg. I don't know where to put it. I don't know. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should maybe we should wait on that one.
Okay. I'm not sure
but
what you're talking about.
I feel like it's the same tier as Gumball.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking the Stinky Pete deck.
Oh yeah. We have to talk about it eventually.
I mean, we have to talk about it eventually. It can't be terribly low. Like months ago in February, yes, this would be layer 10.
Yeah.
We have to be realistic. If you're watching this stream, at least half of you know what the Stinky Pete deck is. This is like the number one thing you think of when you think of secrets. This is the Konami code of Godgame. Everyone, at least, like most of you at least, have heard of it. The Stinky Pete deck, which I'm gonna put a little bit above Gumball. I feel like more people know about Stinky Pete than Gumball. I think so, because it's like so iconic. Gumball doesn't come up often. As iconic as it is to us. The Stinky Pete deck is.
Are you showing it on stream?
I'm importing it. And I'll flip it over and I'll shuffle and we'll look at some of them. This is a quote-unquote gimmick deck, much like the Doge deck, the Rick deck, the Jonesy deck, which gimmick deck should have been on like layer 3. It is a deck that is for Stinky Pete from Toy Story. Most of these cards were made in a single night on October 24th from the hours of 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. by me and Phoebe before Rox was awake. And we made a promise that every single card that we wrote in our Discord DMs would be made, no matter how bad, no matter how scary, no matter how stupid, no matter how much it didn't make any sense. It didn't matter. Even if it annihilates every card in play.
You thought I made the whole deck? I made the whole deck, like in a literal sense. I made the cards.
You made the cards. Me and Phoebe, like, wrote them. And you interpreted them. Yeah, this is the Stinky Pete.
Also, I made a bunch of image edits. We got a bunch of custom art from for these as well.
Yeah, and a lot of these were just like me and Phoebe would go on Google Images and just like look up Stinky Pete, and we'd send an image, and then the other person would write an effect, and that happened for 5 hours.
Yeah, and then when I woke up, they were freaking out because they thought I was being so mad.
There's so many Stinky Petes that have new status effects, like AOL, written just for them. This is when we like. This was the moment we went loose and we went off the rails.
Stinky Pete deck was 1 month after the reboot of Godgame.
Stinky Pete is what?
It was like 2 months after that. So, Jack said in my chat, Stinky Pete deck was 1 month after the reboot of Godgame. It was like 2 months.
Oh yeah, Stinky Pete deck. I mean, for a very long time in some old streams, you can hear us talk about some secrets. There's something. I don't know if this is technically Godgame Iceberg. I'm gonna mention it. Stinky Pete is in Super Go Fish Deluxe, which was way months before the Stinky Pete deck was a thing. I just put an image of Stinky Pete in there and I named it Stinky Pete, and that was it. And I think when Holly drew it, I said, remember this one day.
Yeah.
Literally, like, we had been hinting at it. If you watch older streams, like now, you'll hear us talk, like, anything from, like, before like Chaos Rising.
November, yeah.
Anything from before January. Anything before January, February, you will hear us occasionally allude to, like,
we'll just start, like, laughing about deck.
I refer to it as a virus. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what it is.
I think this
and technically,
the most people
there
see
are.
in PvP deck.
Yeah, this is all of the. This is most of them. Technically, there's a few that are not included in this file.
Yeah.
I will not elaborate further.
Stinky man. What are you looking at right now?
Look at Carcat.
Oh yeah.
It is missing the carnival ones. It's missing some other stuff too. Pete's right. The next thing. Well, do you have anything in mind that you would put on here?
Like 5 or
Sleepy
6,
Warlock, welcome,
5 or
first
6.
time chat. Yeah.
Let's see. I think. Do you think maybe like question mark stats?
Yes, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty deep. Would that be layer 6 or 5?
I think enough people know about them. It's probably like mid high 5.
True. Maybe even. It's not 4. I think it's like high 5. Yeah. I'm gonna put question mark stats. Question mark stats. Tyler has just. Hold on. I just got a Steam message from Tyler. Can I show this on? Hold on.
What?
Tyler said, "Invite me and promote me. I invented something."
What? What does that mean? What does that mean?
I'm gonna promote Tyler. I'm gonna take a swig of my drink.
Yeah, I'll probably do the same. Actually, I haven't had like a drink in a little bit.
Iceberg entries created live on stream. What do you mean you invented something? Okay, where? What is this? What the fuck? What did you do? What?
Right
What just...
click on him? Change form.
Change form? Oh. What do you mean?
Tyler, this changes the game.
What do you mean change form?
I think this changes the game.
This is double-sided cards.
But it's not double-sided, is it?
No, but this is what we can do for double-sided cards.
Oh my god, you're right, Courage. Courage can do this.
Oh. This is triple-sided.
You can have more than 2? Oh, that's sick.
Oh my god!
Sick.
This is awesome! Holy shit!
That's fucking good. That's awesome.
Oh my god. Well, that's awesome. That's like that's really cool. That's layer 7. Oh my changeling status. Thank you, Tyler.
Animated cards should be on here.
They should be. I want to talk real quick. Question mark stats.
Yes.
Question mark stats. Typically, what's something that has question mark stats that uses them properly, and isn't stupid about it?
Oh, Mega Man cards, like Elect Man.
Oh, true. Are those in here? Are any of those with question marks in here? Fuck.
They're in nuclear, I believe.
They are in nuclear. Not baby Goku.
Goku Jr.
Lekman. Yes, this has question mark damage. So typically, a question mark is written on a card, where its stats would go to kind of deign like this card's damage is unknown and depends on something. And then if it gets like +1 damage, it's that +1. So Electman's damage is equal to the amount of paralyzed cards in play and the amount of slots that are storming. So right now, Electman's damage would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If there were no storming slots, or actually like 7 because there's a paralyzed card somewhere. If there were none of that, it would be 0. Now, in nuclear, I invented something, which is
What?
I didn't invent something, but I made something that started a trend. And that is what the fuck. And this is a
right.
card with question mark stats that
Doesn't do anything.
it can't do anything. So its HP cannot be determined, its damage cannot be determined, and so it cannot take damage, and it effectively can't take or deal damage. And then cards just kind of started getting that. For no fucking reason. And it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Gives this taunt and hopeful.
No.
So that's question mark stats. Another thing I'm gonna put on here, and this will maybe go on layer 4 or 5. I think this should go on 4. This is animated cards. This is very simple, very easy to explain. This is something we found out a few months ago. You can import MP4 files as cards. So we now have literal animated cards, like Grimace right here, who
Grimace
is animated. There's also been like viewer animated cards as well, like Mouseband from Babish, which is awesome.
There should be one in the Explore deck, which is like Fred something. Oh wait, maybe he's in Hell.
What's
Fred something? Let me get it.
Oh, that's a viewer card from Muir? Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, that's right. That was the first animated viewer card. Where is it?
Sometimes it's as a joke, sometimes it's because the stat is completely irrelevant. It's true.
I could have sworn I put that in.
There's also the Shapeshifter, which this card was posted and was the reason I was like, viewers should be able to submit animated cards. This card is directly responsible for any animated card submission from a viewer you see ever. Is this right here? Because I was like, this is awesome. And if people can manually make cool shit like this, then they can send it in.
Wait, hold on.
Don't forget Godgame too. True. Which I actually don't think is in here. Because I think I couldn't, or no, I couldn't. It's not that I couldn't find it. It's that I fucking forgot, I think. Hold on. Let me find that motherfucker.
What the fuck? What's the Fred card?
Audio cards? Yes, there are some audio cards, and there will be more soon. Here, hold on. Let me search through some things real quick.
Oh, maybe I forgot some top that.
Tribe King Mega Man. Left 4 Bike Ride, are they taking viewer suggestions for these? I will be, and you can post them in chat, but I won't. If I see something that I already have like lower, then I'm probably just gonna tell you. But if you say something and I'm like, oh, that's true, that should go on layer 3. Like if you say something that you think should belong on the layer we're talking about, or a higher layer that we've already passed, then I'm a lot more likely to be like, oh, true. But you could say like basically whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, suggestions are more than welcome. Yak intermission.
So what are we doing? What are we doing next?
Here, let me get this
back
back
you didn't
open.
write anime. You actually didn't. Oh, you did write animated cards. Never mind.
I did write it. Yeah, it's pretty high up because I think it should be high up.
Similarly, would you say that sound cards is worth putting on here?
I think sound cards, yes, and I was actually gonna say sound cards is either layer 5 or layer 6. I think it's layer 6 because we haven't really used it yet.
There's one.
Sound cards are possible. They haven't been utilized well yet. I'll show you.
We're probably not going to do very many of them.
Yeah, they're gonna be very rare. I'll show you the only one we have right now, which I think is in Gamma. Let me pull it up.
I have the sound version.
No, I think it's in the environment that I have right here. Hold on.
Oh, is it?
Wait, no, that's not it. This is it. It is Mario screaming, and it automatically plays Mario screaming. Now, this uses the tabletop music player. I know there's a way to make it just play the sound off of the card instead of it being the music player, and I haven't figured that out yet. But this is possible. There's one that is already like implemented and in, and there will be many more sometime. Not like many more, but you know. Yeah. Why do you say so killed by my animal?
God.
I'm gonna take a drink of water. Rox, do you have any ideas?
Yeah. So, I think promotional cards should be somewhere around here.
Oh, promo cards should be like layer 4.
Yes, but also, it should be noted, promotional cards did not exist in old Godgame. There was because any promotional cards that did exist were just original cards that did not have a non-promo version.
That's not true. There's one. There's
What?
Promo
Seriously?
Monkey. There's Promo Monkey.
Oh, that's true. That is true. There's one, yeah.
In classic Godgame, there are 2 promotional cards, which were only called that as a joke. It was Dark Rainbow Homer EX, which was quote-unquote a promo version of Homer, but it was a completely different card. But actually, yeah, it is a promo. It is a promo here. And then there was, and there still is, I know the monkey deck. Here's the monkey deck. There's the Promo Monkey, which when we made the original Monkey, we also made Promo Monkey. And you would shuffle like 29 regular monkeys with 1 Promo Monkey, and if you were lucky, you'd get the rare Ultra Monkey. And I just did twice the odds, but it's fine.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Those are the original promotional cards. Promotional cards now, Rox, do you want to go through the special bag and pull out the promotional card deck that we now have?
Sure, yeah.
And we can like pull them out and look at them.
Yeah, we have a lot now. Because
I got the
sometimes
Promo
promotional
Monkey!
cards... Sometimes promotional cards just exist as like, we wanted to make like an extra version of a card. Sometimes I wanted to just have 2 different pieces of art for the same character, so I just made a promo version.
Promo art is Maddie B. Raps, because Maddie B. Raps was the original card back for some fucking reason. I couldn't tell you why.
But also the original Promo Monkey still had that.
Yeah. Now, promo cards in modern Godgame were originally only put in the secret deck and you'd play with them whenever. However, we just opt to play with all promo cards active. They are explicitly kind of like the Hell deck in the sense that they are a little bit stupider and they wouldn't be tournament legal most of the time. Some of them are stupid, some of them are just like alternate forms of cards. Some of them have alternate names or alternate art but the same text. Some of them are really, really stupid. Koopa Kid is a good example of that.
Rainbow Groot!
There's Fang the Sniper, who is one of the stupidest cards ever. And makes it so anytime any damage is dealt, it's instead dealt to anyone who's streaming. Which is really bad. Yeah, that's promo cards. Comic book. There's Freddy Benson. This to me is like such an iconic promo card for how much it sucks. No cards can ever be drawn again.
Smart Race.
You know what I want to put on here? With this song playing?
Bud Light.
No! I want to put Acid Lake on here.
Oh, fuck.
Acid Lake is a stupid... Okay. Before the stream with Gibson, Deltarune had just come out. And I said, I want to make a card that's the rules card fight with all the stupid little houses. And I want that to be an environment card. And so this was one of the first cards I'd made in years. And that would be Acid Lake, which I think is Slug Warriors?
I think it is, yeah, because we added like pretty much everything from Deltarune.
Oh, and that reminds me of another environment from that expansion that I should
There's
put
2, actually.
on the Iceberg.
There's 2
There's 2 what?
environments from that you could do.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about the other one probably immediately after this. Acid Lake
no,
is...
I mean there's like 2 in addition to the one you're showing now.
Oh, true. Okay. Acid Lake summons 38 little houses separate from both fields. And when this environment ceases, discard our little houses. Little houses are character cards. And what they do is...
I don't know what that is.
It's in the secret deck. Yeah. This card can be attacked by your allies to change its color to your player color. When the Acid Lake environment ceases, deal 1 damage to your opponent for each house colored after you. In 3+ player games, you choose how the damage is divided to each opponent.
There's
you literally
no reason to do this.
Yeah, it's stupid because why don't you just attack the player directly? I think this could literally just be reworked to gain 5 VP. Or a minigame, yeah.
I was gonna say, like, make it a minigame, yeah.
Make them change color. That's true. This needs like an awesome rework. And yeah, I asked for that to be added before the stream with Gibson, and I think we did end up playing with it that stream.
Yeah, and it was like one of the worst fucking things ever.
It was really stupid. Minigames are Iceberg material. Now, next up, we're gonna switch to the window for just a sec. I'm gonna add another environment.
Yes.
That is gonna go actually layer 4. What's up?
You should add another one also immediately after this.
Okay, I think you know what I'm gonna put on here. It's going to layer 4.
I do.
That is survive a roller coaster with Family Guy. This is one of the top 10 most iconic cards in Godgame ever. It was played in the first 4-player game by Gibson in Chapter 1 or Chapter 2. It is very simple, and this is a card that I wrote, so you can blame me.
Yeah.
This is the original. This card sucks. Well, not the original, but this is the most iconic. Like, this card sucks. Yep. At the beginning of every turn, all cards take 1 damage. At the end of each chapter, and at any other time when this environment would cease, God rolls a d20. If the number is not a 20, do not replace or remove this environment. This environment is so stupid. This is what got me hooked on Godgame. I'm glad.
It's extremely important as well.
It is, because Survivor Roller Coaster with Family Guy is a Roblox game that it was the first thing me and you like ever did together.
It was one of the first things we kind of like hung, outside of like the way we met, like the Danganronpa thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first environment we had run experienced. Me, you, and
awesome.
Phoebe back in like 2017 played this. I've played this on stream like once before, and me and Phoebe and Rox were planning well before Godgame to do a stream where we played this game until we beat it. This is a quote-unquote unbeatable cart ride game. It's not been beaten on stream. I'm sure you could beat it without glitching. But this is about me.
Anymore.
What?
Maybe not anymore. It used to be way more possible. It's gotten more broken.
It's so hard. It's so hard. I'm like determined to beat it on stream. I will beat this game on stream. This is not just Godgame Iceberg. This is like Soxby X Iceberg. I have played it on stream once.
Yeah.
I have played it on stream once, and I intend to go back one day. Now you have another environment. I actually don't know what you're talking about.
Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff.
True. Should this be 5 or 6?
I think probably 5.
I think 5 is good. Do you want to talk about this?
Yeah. Do you want to? Can you get it out if it's like all these moments?
Yeah, I can get it out. I can definitely get this out. Okay.
So, I mean, there's not really a lot to say about the card itself. It's fucking.
But what happened? It's legacy.
Just look at it. Look at it.
This card has a legacy.
So, yeah, this card appeared on stream once.
Mm-hmm. It was the game with me, Rudd, Holly, and I think Star.
Right.
This was the first game that didn't end with a winner.
Right. This card showed up. And this card actually got reworded after that stream. What this card said was every time you roll a dice, press 1. Which, when we were writing that,
to first the effects.
That doesn't mean fucking anything.
But if you roll, it was argued by the players that if you roll a dice and you press 1, when you press 1 in Tabletop Simulator, it is a 1. And 1 is you don't do it whenever you want to do anything. So basically, the game's soft locked because every time you'd want to do anything, you'd roll a dice, you'd hit 1, and you wouldn't do it. and Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff soft locked the game, and that game never ended.
It's funny. Fee was in the chat saying like, "Hey, I wrote this card. I know how it works." But I reworded it to add a new line to appease the fans. Yeah, when you roll on a dice, press 1, which means nothing because you don't press the dice. Just roll it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that is a good one.
Cat dog, yeah.
That's a very good one.
That's
is
a great one.
Infinite Cat Dog. This is going right here. This is from the original 4-player stream. And it has a legacy. Infinite Cat Dog is a theory, and I sort of proved it. Where? And I'm going to pull out the old wordings of Cat and Dog because they are still in the secret deck. If you have these cards, which are Cat and Dog, Cat says, summon Dog next to me. If there's no free space, return me to your hand. So then you summon Dog, and then Dog performs his battle cry, which is summon Cat next to me.
Where are you on the table right now?
I'm over on my field.
Oh, okay.
And so you summon Cat next to Dog, and then you summon Dog next to Cat, and then you summon Cat next to Dog, and then you summon Dog next to Cat, and then there's no room, so you return Dog to your hand, and then somewhere along the lines, I don't remember how, but I was able to have it so basically, if I played Dog, I would literally have infinite Cat Dogs. I would literally have infinite Cat and Dog, and I just got a bag of them. And so this was reworded into the modern version of this card, which I'm gonna...
This set a precedent for any card that summons another card that also summons another card.
It did. Here we go. Which is, when I'm summoned via Dog's battle cry, don't trigger my battle cry. So you simply summon Cat and Dog.
Yeah.
And simple as that.
I still fucking love how I made those cards like the visual of them joined together.
Now there is another piece to this puzzle, which
it was.
Let me hold on. Let me find something real quick.
It was a thing you made, right?
It was a
also,
thing.
Yeah,
don't
worry, Keith. I'm gonna put that on like a lower layer because it was on my stream, so it's way more obscure.
Let me. Ooh, where would this be? Hold on. Where is this card? Oh, it's in. What's a boss?
It is a boss.
So it should be in the boss. It should be in viewer bosses.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a viewer thing.
Okay, hold on. I'm loading many decks right now. Is this the boss deck? No, that's the viewer annihilation. Is this the boss deck? This is the boss deck. Oh no, you know what? I think it's in Hell.
Oh really?
I think it's in Hell. I think I did put it in Hell because it's so fucked to deal with. Hold on. I have to find this card so I can show it on stream.
Fred Figglehorn.
I get reworded and still kind of has a problem. It does. I don't think it has a problem anymore.
I think it said had.
Oh, I think you are right. It took workshopping to fix.
Yeah, that was. Can I delete all the fucking Stinky Pete's? So we have some room.
I kind of like having them there.
Okay.
You could like push them into one pile.
Yeah, all right. I'll do my best.
Hold on.
That actually went pretty well.
Is it in here? Dude, I can't find this Cat Doroboros card. The fuck? Where is it?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Hold on. Because this card essentially got like removed from play because it was just like a boss we didn't play with anymore. Is it here? Wait, was this the first dev stream? It was. This was the first viewer boss, actually. Because this was like a donation goal card. Okay, no, yeah. Here, I'll just summon in the picture itself.
Sure.
Here we go. Cat Dog's Legacy bled into a card that is called Cat Doroboros, art by Tyler. Put it simply, its battle cry is summon Cat Doroboros next to me. Do not perform its battle cry. All battle cries are now doubled, which means they happen twice. When this boss takes damage, perform all battle cries, and it takes 1 damage at the start of each chapter. So basically, every chapter, this takes damage, you summon a new Cat Doroboros, and then they double. And then they double, and then all battle cries are happening equal to the amount of Cat Doroboroses on the field. And if that happens with Cat, then you just get, you know, this again. If it happens with a card that deals 1 damage as a battle cry, you're now dealing 8 or 10. There's a reason this gets relegated to Hell or to Hideaway, because it ruins the game once you draw it.
Yeah.
But true to its name, it is a boss.
Yeah, that's right.
Boss Peepus. No, worse. It's so much worse because of battle cries. Rox, do you have any entries? Because I have a couple more, and then I'm ready to scroll down.
Yeah. So, this is one that's probably known by a lot of people at this point, but maybe not. So base set is obviously the original set.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some cards in base set that were made years later by me, like base set like Alpha and Beta and Gamma.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess like extra base set cards or like new base set cards. I don't know what you would call it.
Wait, like name an example.
So Dr. Goomba Tower did not exist. I made that card.
That's true. That's true. What are other examples of this?
Let's take a look. Let me get Gamma out, actually. Wait, no.
See, that's something I didn't even really fully think. Like, I've never really thought about that.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yes, I'm gonna get over. Don't worry, player spells are on here. They are quite a bit lower than where we're at right now.
There's definitely some others other than Dr. Goomba Tower. I'm just taking a look in base set. I think
I have a lot of forgotten base set cards that were never made as their own entries. And there's some that are just kind of so boring, like Plague Rat. There's a card called Plague Rat, which now I have to add it to the Iceberg. It's a 1/1 card that is a basic card, and it poisons cards on attack. And it was written on the dock, and it was never made.
Yeah.
Now everyone's gonna be like crying to the masses when Plague Rat does not get added to the fucking Iceberg.
But oh yeah, I guess it could be like retroactive base set cards.
Retroactive base set cards.
I don't know what you typed it as for.
I put extra base set cards. Do you have do you have Dr. Goomba Tower somewhere on the table?
It should be in the skill deck.
Oh.
Because it's all the base set stuff is here.
Was that what it was called?
Definitely others that I made. But
in classic Godgame, I don't think we called it base set because we were just making cards.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's base set, like there's the original 2 base sets that were all of the cards you can play with the old version, and then base set Gamma, which honestly base set Gamma could be like its own Iceberg entry, like layer 3.
That was like not added until years later. Yeah.
Base set Gamma is all of the cards that were on the original card dev doc that were never ever made, and that includes Alvin.
Yeah.
Subgames, true.
It's scary, right?
I do want to add that. I'm gonna scroll up. I'm gonna put that on. I think just layer 2. Damn, this thing's huge.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god, and we have we have a few layers. We have quite a few layers to get to, don't we? Okay. I have some more additions. I have quite a few more additions that I'm gonna get into. The next thing that I am gonna talk about is gonna go on layer 4, this is Spin. Spin is the first and thus far only viewer status that does anything. There's technically viewer statuses that I add in that like people will make or they'll ask for, but they're just like flavor. They don't do anything. Yeah. Spin is something Clueless Wanderer from the community made. I bestowed Clueless Wanderer after the Homestuck stream. I said, you can make anything you want in Godgame, any whatevers. And there were a few cards that were made with that. And that was after like a very, very, very overwhelmingly generous donation to stop Homestuck. Because I have like a thing that's like, stop whatever I'm doing and I'll play any game you want. And so Spin, which is right here, is, oops, god damn it. There we go. Cards with Spin can use an action to give an adjacent card an extra action. Any viewer card can submit a card with Spin. Your $1,000 donor is genuinely my favorite. It's very good. It's very loud.
Oh, we're not putting any joke entries on this Iceberg.
No, these are all real. There's some stuff that sounds like joke entries towards the bottom of mine that is so... I can't stress enough how real it is.
Yeah.
It's the bottom of the shit where it's gonna get bad. Like we're like in the fun like reminiscing phase. When we get to the bottom, I'm gonna feel like I have blood on my hands. Spin is also the only viewer only status. There are no cards in base game that have Spin because it is exclusive to viewer cards.
Yeah. That's true. Oh, you have Spin on stream right now. There we go.
And then also included in that set of like you can make anything. There's a Yami Yugi card that affects future games because he has his own deck called My Grandpa's Deck, which is a permanent like deck. It's kind of like Annihilation where you add cards to it permanently and then you can draw from it from Yami Yugi. And he's the only card that can draw from it. Oh god. Basically, yeah. Yeah.
So fucking dumb.
I have another good one, which is also going to go on layer 4. Maybe even layer 5. No, I think layer 4 is good. That is Bill Cipher. Which is Bill Cipher is a boss that is summoned via a card called Interdimensional Rift, which is from Nuclear. It's an Explore card in Nuclear.
So yeah.
Where's the Nuclear Explore deck?
Here, Goku Jr.
Oh, fucking Goku Jr. I think I made it in. Oh my god, no! Was it Hazy Depths? It was Hazy Depths.
Was it?
It was because it was with all the Halloween shit.
Oh, that's true.
So Interdimensional Rift, which by the way used to have like 5 copies in the deck, is a card, and I'm gonna show the game on screen now. Allows you to name any character from any source material. If that character, it's right over here. I'll ping it. If the character you name has a card in the basic, skilled, champion, special, secret, or gimmick deck, you summon it immediately. If not, then nothing happens. Then, if you did summon a card, you flip a coin. So let's grab a coin, and we flip it, and if that coin flip is heads, something weird will happen. If tails, all you gotta do is flip the coin at the beginning of the next chapter, and you keep flipping until you get heads. When something weird happens, where is the Bill Cipher card? But I'll get weird. We're getting out. I should have it.
You should have it. It's
I should have it. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me Dude, where is it? I think it's in the. Hold on. I think it's in the secret bag.
Is it?
I think it is. Battlecry pocket any card. Death Rattle summon the pocketed card.
Yeah, if it's not in the secret bag, it might be in the viewer bag.
Well, here I'll show Weird Mageddon on stream. I mean, I'd like to find it. I don't know where it is, but I don't want to spend like forever looking for cards. The Bill Cipher card, which has been played a few times, summons the environment Weirdmageddon. Weirdmageddon does basically give every card and player a random status every turn. The Bill Cipher card has 1,000 HP, and anytime that you want to damage it, oh, you know what? I have a save that has Bill on it.
Yeah.
I totally do. It was with Bug. It was with Bug. The Bill save. Here we go. Great. Every time that you want to damage him, you have to roll a random number generator equal to the games on your Steam Workshop, and you have to play that game with a third party playing as Bill Cipher. And if you win the game, then you get to attack Bill. And he takes an extra 100 damage, and if not, he heals 100 HP. And this environment stays in play. Basically, well, what is the point of killing Bill again? I don't think there really is a point other than getting 100 VP. Yeah.
I believe it also gets rid of. Wait, does it get rid of Weirdmageddon? Oh my god, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, Bill permanently ruins games.
Yes.
But there have been there was an event where Holly used the Fall Guy card to kill Bill Cipher in one hit. And then get 100 VP and then do a bunch of shit. And it was kind of awesome. But that's Bill, and he hasn't been played since. And he probably will never, you'll probably never see him get played again. Unless something really, really bad has happened.
Right.
Rox, do you have any additions you want to add?
Sure. So to layer like 4, 5, or 6.
4, 5, or 6.
Do you think that we could? What? Okay, the card that got shown off and played today. Where would we put that? Do you think that's lower?
The treasure?
What? No. Fucking Genesis Tadpole.
Genesis Tap. That's low. That's
low. Yeah.
Well, now that it's been revealed, I mean, maybe it's like layer 6.
Yeah, maybe.
No, it could go lower. It could go lower. I don't know. I mean, it just got revealed.
I think Eeyore should be here.
Eeyore should be on the Eeyore layer.
Yes.
Eeyore is a classic Godgame card. He is a classic Socks character from my life. In that Eeyore, and specifically Eeyore plush, is
Here's Eeyore.
Is kind of, I don't know, this specific thing. I don't know. I don't like it, and it scares me. And this has just been like an inside joke between me and my friends for 8 years of just this specific Eeyore plush. And its card in Godgame deletes every card in play.
Yeah.
I used to literally just like post this Eeyore plush with like scary, like creepy text for no reason, like in our group chat. Like me and Phoebe would send this to each other back and forth. And so Eeyore made his way into Godgame because this is me and Phoebe, like we made this game. And then evolved the way a Godgame card does with cards like Eeyore Prime.
It's Eeyore plush.
Eeyore plush, the Eeyore plush card. Which, if this card exits the secret deck knowably, it is put into play, even if it was an accident, no matter what. And if you don't kill him in time, you delete the game, you delete everything in or out of the session, and you delete all save files of this particular game of Godgame. If that happens, Eeyore plush wins the game. And I think this happened once on stream, right? Didn't it?
I think it showed up, yeah. Yes, because you fucking dragged it out of the deck on purpose.
I did. This is one of the first like high concept, like stupid, scary cards. And now there's like a million of them. Yes, you were losing a game and used it to win. Wasn't it not that I was losing, but like that something really bad was happening or some shit? I don't remember. Ear Plush Gambit involving the genie. I remember that. No, wasn't that Rue? No, it was Ear Plush.
Oh, right. Genie should also be on here.
Genie should be on here. And Genie will go in... Genie will go right here. Genie will go in layer 5 because he's only happened once. And he's not as... He's about like as... I don't know. He's pretty iconic. He's pretty iconic, but also pretty obscure. Just like Infinite Cat Dog is. And just like Stinky Pete is, I guess. Genie is a champion card that, put simply, allows you, the user, to make a wish. Where's the nuclear? Here's the nuclear. You can wish for anything with rules. You can also wish to free a genie from Godgame, removing him from play. It says annihilate, but it's really you free him, and he will never be played with anyone again, except for the Stinky Pete card that unfrees him, and puts him under Stinky Pete's control. And then that was undone, and now Genie's back in the champion deck, and Seep actually used him last game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Seep used him to get, like 6 Waddle Dees with like 1,000,000 quadrillion damage, and then won the game with a Waddle Dee army. Yeah. That's Genie. I mean, you don't really need to say much else. They're very like popular play around Godgame. I think it was Godgame 10 with Ferris and I think Uncle was there, and maybe Gibson. And Ferris and Uncle were trying to win the game and then free Genie. And we spent like an hour arguing over it. And then Gibson's entire field was made into poop shitters, and then we did it, and we made it, and we freed Genie. Next thing that I'm gonna put on here.
Said, the Waddle Dees inherited Happy Wappy Yippee Lala's damage after it drank chalky milk, which is in the millions.
Yeah. The next thing I'm gonna put is simply timelines. This is something I don't need to tab into Godgame for. Timelines are simple. When you begin playing Godgame, if you, chat, hypothetically started playing Godgame, you would not use our timeline. You would start a new timeline with fresh annihilation, with fresh everything. It would be as if the game were brand new. And what timelines focus on is annihilation, future card effects, and I guess technically there's like other stuff that affects timelines, but that's the big thing, is annihilation. Yes. That's really it. I mean, it's a game mechanic we don't talk about too often, but is very important.
Yeah.
There are... Oh, what's up?
Yeah, we do have most people would only have one timeline.
We have two.
We have two. We have an off-stream timeline.
We have the stream timeline, which is any game you see on stream is part of one timeline. Originally, me and Rox had our own, and then we converged them into one, and now we share annihilation and everything. We have an off-stream timeline where Pokeball is annihilated. Where there's like 50 cards.
Ballistic Woody went off.
Yeah, every card on the table and in player hands got annihilated, and that included like Pokeball.
Yeah.
That's like me, Rox, and Phoebe's timeline that we all do.
That's awesome.
I have a couple more for these layers. And honestly, now that I'm reading this one should be like lower.
I do have one for around here.
Yeah.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
That's the last one I was gonna do, is Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
I see.
Yeah, because I'm moving one from this layer to a different one.
Oh.
Where should those go?
I genuinely think like
like here.
Yeah.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Gather all three of them, and something will happen. If you can get this scenario with Huey Duck, Louie Duck, and Dewey Duck, This has never happened. This is the first time these cards are being seen on the table together. This doesn't count, by the way.
Yeah, this does not. This obviously doesn't count.
If,
oh, got that nice, Zoe.
If in a game you can gather these 3 cards, something will happen.
Something will happen.
And
we're not quite ready to explain what that is. Yeah.
That's all we can say. And that, I think, is the end of these layers. I might go back and move stuff around, but I think we can now scroll down.
What do you think about stuff? Where would you put stuff that is kind of like kind of known to people on my stream but not yours?
It depends. What is it?
So the Fuzzy War.
The Fuzzy War.
Yeah, so on one of my streams, I was playing against my friends Ride, Heath, and Taco. What?
I'm sorry, my screen just flashed. Keep going.
Okay. There's an environment card. I don't remember what environment it is, but it's
Super Mario Maker.
Mario Maker 2. Mario
Maker 2, yeah.
It summons the basic card named Fuzzy.
I do remember that. The Grand Fuzzy War. I feel like that's like bottom of layer 6.
Yeah. Can you like get the Fuzzy card?
Yes. That's a card I still need to rework.
Yes.
Because that card is stupid.
And I also need to get Mario Maker 2. I don't know what that is.
That's also in the nuclear environments, which I will grab.
Right. Thank you.
Oh my god, I forgot about Clayton's Yard.
Yeah, so Mario Maker.
I didn't even have it on my dog. I just remembered it.
You can draw up to 5 fuzzies per turn. Every player does this.
5 fantastic fuzzies.
Yes, that's right. So at most, people could get 25 fuzzies in a 4-player game. Now, the fuzzy card has fuzzy HP and fuzzy damage. What that means is the card's max HP and damage are equivalent to how many fuzzies are active on your field. So if you have 3 fuzzies, you would have 3 fuzzies that are all 3 HP and 3 damage. Fuzzies can occupy the same slot as one another. This is not stacking because they're all active at the same time. It's more like small. It's more like small. So in the game that we played, we all had like,
Yeah, like ants from Inscription, yeah.
Yes. We had like 27 fuzzies each or some shit, right? So we all had a 27/27 card that could attack 27 times. So we had to literally declare a cold war. We had to just say, we're never using these cards again. We had to.
Literally, the solution to this is to have it so you can amalgamate fuzzies together.
That's literally what it should be.
That's literally what it should be, is you can amalgamate fuzzies together. I just like the graphic of them having fuzzy HP, fuzzy damage. It's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. Either that or they can't inhabit the same space. So then you can have, if you have a bunch of fuzzies, and maybe that is the way to go. You could have up to like 6 fuzzies that are 6/6. I think that might be it. And then if other players do fuzzies, that's probably it. They don't. Why do they need to inhabit the same space?
It's how many fuzzies are in play, right?
I could just change it to how many fuzzies are even visible.
Yeah.
And then it's if it's how many that are visible, then you can play fuzzies and you can gain fuzzy HP.
Yes.
Yeah, those are fuzzies.
Fuzzies.
That's
right. You also draw another fuzzy every turn for every fuzzy on the field.
Yep. It gets kind of insane, kind of quick.
Yes. There was one more thing I think should probably go in those layers, actually.
Yeah?
The Gumball's ban list.
That's true! Okay, thank you for the sub. The Gumball's ban list.
Right.
The Gumball's ban list. This is gonna go right down here, a little bit below the Amazing World of Gumball. Right above Daffy.
So, Gumballs, if you remember, we talked about this earlier. Probably don't need to show it again. is a card that can summon the amazing world of Gumball cards, but once a card or a set of cards has been used to get a new Gumball card, it can never do it again, ever.
Yeah, and so this is vague, but basically, the reason this was done is because Lemon Grab was used to change the rules. Because Lemon Grab's battle cry lets you change the rules, and the rules were changed to once a turn, the active player draws all 7 human souls and attaches them to gumballs. And so that immediately happened, and then it's like, okay, well, we can't do that again with Lemon Grab. And then it was like, okay, this card we used, and it's like, okay, we can't do that again.
I believe you rewrote the entire game with like Andrew Hussey once.
I did, and then I did that, and then I said next game. So I got the dev console with Andrew Hussey, which should be his own entry, but I'm not gonna do it right now. And it was basically like I rewrote Andrew Hussey's text to say at any time you can change text anywhere. And so I changed Gumballs. I didn't change Gumball's text, but I got all 7 human souls, and I gave them all of it, and then I procced it once. Then, because Gumball's text says this can only happen once a game, I said next game that I play, I get Gumballs and all 7 human souls on my field. This game is over, and I start a new game with this as my field. And so that happened, and then because the second game happened, I got 2.
Yeah, and then you decided to not do it more because
I decided to be a good sport.
Yes. Otherwise,
that's
take the fun out of it. Let's take the fun out of it.
The fun of it, to me, of getting Gumball cards, is that it has to be hard. Like, I could have sat there and gotten 100. Here's the thing. I've shown you before. I could do whatever the fuck I want. I've made a Gumball Darwin card. I can do anything. I made this game. It's not about the fact that I want Gumball cards. It's about the fact that it's fun to have a challenge. Jay Cyber, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's a thrill of the hunt. Exactly. I need to earn them. So I'm trying to get more through campaign mode. Yeah, and then Rox did actually stop me. There were stakes, and you stopped me.
I did.
Yeah.
You didn't get a single new Gumball from campaign. Yeah.
Yeah, the final boss with Rox. I think, so we have 4 layers left. We're probably gonna, I have some that might not be deserving of this deep, but I want to start with just this layer. Because I have just this next layer, just this scary Stinky Pete face layer. And I might actually, I think I'm gonna add one to layer 5 here, which is the duck deck.
Oh yeah.
This will go, this can go right here. The duck deck, put briefly, is the first viewer gimmick deck. It is new. It is a deck of all cards that are ducks, plus it has copies of basic skilled and champion cards with duck in the name, and it has its own status effect called duck. I take submissions for these all the time. You can make any ducks you want. You can make cards that draw ducks. What's up?
Yeah, we got fan art of the Genesis tadpole Rick.
Oh my god. There's Donald. This is the duck deck. It's cards that are ducks. And it's awesome.
Oh wait, yeah, let me show the duck deck.
We got fan art?
Yes, there's fan art.
Oh my god. This is from Ico, Procrastinating Spectre. This is Genesis Tadpole Rick. Oh my god, that's so good. Does that include Daffy? No. Daffy is excluded from the duck deck. Or no, he's in there. No! There's a special Daffy in there. And actually, I don't know where he is. What the fuck? Wait, he might not be in there. Because I only imported the viewer ones. Oh, I didn't import the only one that I made. I need to get Daffy. I need to get the Daffy Duck. Holy shit.
Wait, Scrooge McDuck? What?
Well, because any cards that are ducks from like the basic skill or champion deck are also in the duck deck. With the duck card back.
Ducky Momo.
And Smell. And do you want to see the worst card in the game? Look at Goth Ducks.
Oh no.
This card is 7 cards. Treat each part of this card as a separate card with separate actions, attachments, etc. because they are 7 goth ducks, and its death rattle is
when each one of them dies, they all die one by one.
Yeah, and they all get annihilated.
Yeah. What the fuck?
This was an image that 7 Name Sam sent me, and I was like, what do I do for this? And then I just started copy pasting the damage and 10 health. Yeah, that's the duck deck. Also relevant to the duck deck is going to be Daffy, who's gonna go right here. Daffy is an emote in my Twitch chat. Daffy is Daffy. Water is water. Daffy is Daffy. He is a basic card. He is a basic card that is 1/1.
You showing off Daffy?
Yeah, I'm showing off. I'm trying to search the basic deck. Here we go.
Okay.
This is Daffy. He's part of the Daffy expansion. Now there's also a Hellborn Daffy that you saw earlier that annihilates visible cards. There's also a version of Daffy somewhere in the game that has the written text, this card can kill whatever he wants. There's also a Daffy in the duck deck that gives all ducks taunt.
Yeah, this game is something that we created, yeah.
Yeah. That's Daffy. Rox, do you have any additions for these layers that are on screen right now?
Not off the top of my head, I think.
Not off the top of your head?
Yeah. if I come up with anything, I'll. Wait, do you mean like the peat layer or the ones above it?
The ones above it. Honestly, like I moved down, but I still have like quite a few for 5.
Yeah.
For 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
The next one I will do is player spells. Player spells, and I don't have these cards on hand readily to show you because they aren't like cards. Player spells were cards that I made that are special spell cards that you can play themed after you. So I have like Jonathan, this and that. Tyler has Roblox ones. Gibson has Elytra. Rudd has like big gay men. Holly has like bros, etc. These haven't been used in a very long time. I want to bring these back. And in Arcana, there's another thing which I'm gonna add, which is classes. Classes are something I've been hinting at for a long time. They are characters that you choose at the beginning to represent you. Each class has spells. I've revealed the Soul from Undertale as a class, and I revealed Bowser. And there's 6 that are coming in Arcana. The classes part of Arcana is separate from the main part of Arcana that introduces all the mechanics. It's the last thing I'm doing, and it's a big addition. And with it, I'll probably also bring back player spells, in full force. Rox, do you have anything? Because I have like 5 more for these layers, and then we can move on.
You can just go through those, yeah.
Okay. The next one that I will do, which is going to go on like down here, is a bit of trivia that not a lot of people know. And that is, Enraged was a joke status. The Enraged status effect did not originally do anything. Enraged is a status effect that is specifically on, where's the nuclear basic deck? Where's the nuclear? Here it is.
How far did I just ping this across?
Do
we play other
games? Oh no, he's Hazy Depths.
I occasionally play Pokemon TCG.
Yeah, Godgame was heavily inspired by, the original version was heavily inspired by that. Enraged was made for the card called Mr. Dink, who, when his grill is discarded, he becomes enraged. And this didn't do anything. And then Phoebe was like, what does enraged do? And I was like, it gives the card ×4 damage.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, actually, that's kind of cool.
We also added the stipulation that it can't attack players.
Yeah. So there's a bit of Godgame trivia for you. Enraged is a status effect that gives a card ×4 damage, and originally it didn't do anything. And now it does something, and now plenty of cards used Enraged.
Yeah, it's like a real mechanic
really,
now.
Yeah, it's really stupid. The next entry I have for down low on here is original Dr. Eggman.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
Yeah. Original Dr. Eggman is a card. It is one of the first cards ever made. It is on the original card dock. I need to skip this song. I can't think while this song is playing. Dr. Eggman still doesn't have a card in modern Godgame. And what original Eggman did was his death rattle was flip, I think it's 70, flip 70 coins. And for every heads, heal this card that much HP. He's a champion. And that's actually a real-time fandub joke, because it's like the I have 70 alternative accounts. That was the original Dr. Eggman card, and Rox was like, fuck no, I'm not making that. And I was like, please. And I, to this day, still push for that card to get in as like a promo variant.
It should, if it gets added, it's going to be Hellbound.
I think that's fair. Hellborn and or promo. Maybe sometime we'll make a deal. Like I get something, you get something, or we do like a bet.
Oh god.
But that's original Dr. Eggman.
Yeah.
This I'm gonna move this down to layer 6 because you don't even know what this means. And if you don't know what this means, this should be at least layer 6. The next thing I'm gonna add.
Wait, I don't know what this means.
No, it's kind of. You'll see what I mean. You'll know what I mean.
Okay.
I have 3 more entries. And actually, I'm probably gonna move some of these up. I feel like Acid Lake could go higher, and
yeah,
I think this is good. There's a lot in this damn layer.
Yes.
The next one, which I'm gonna begrudgingly put here. Or maybe it's below. Maybe this is below Gumball. This is Friday Night Funkin' Cards.
Right. Yeah.
Now, I take card submissions for this game, and so does Rox, and you can see the submission guide at this page. Normally it's under submit. Currently it is not because my normal commit submission right now is for Minecraft because I was making Minecraft items. Friday Night Funkin' Cards cost $100. And I did that because I don't want Friday Night Funkin' Cards because I hate that shit. And if you're gonna make me make that, give me $100. We have gotten several Friday Night Funkin' Cards. And I think all of them are from Henderson.
I was gonna say, how many from Henderson?
I think most of them. There's really nothing else to say. There's I think a base game card, which is the boyfriend from Friday Night Funkin'.
I was gonna say there's also Willy, but Willy technically isn't a Friday Night Funkin' card, technically.
That's true. That's true. But if you were submitted, I would count it as one. Tyler did submit one.
Yes.
The next thing that I'm going to put on here is going, you know what? This is also layer 6. This is also layer 6. This is definitely lower. Okay, the last thing for this layer will be Lord English. Slash the already here status, slash Doc Scratch, slash the treasure. Lord English is the scariest card in all of Godgame. We have not revealed what it does. And yeah, I mean, that's basically it. Maybe one day you'll see it.
In an ideal world, we never will.
In an ideal world, it will never, ever, ever enter play. But yeah, that's...
There is one thing that was revealed about it, and if you tab back into Godgame... Here, next to Enraged.
Oh yeah, he has his own status effect, which is already here. Which is nothing can prevent this card from being played or any of its effects, no matter what anything else says. No matter what you do, it's already here.
Yeah.
And it's a final status effect. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's the scariest card we will basically ever allow to get made. If anything, that's like the breaking point. If anything is ever scarier than Lord English, it just has to not be in the game. It has to be rewritten. Scarier than Stinky Pete that me. What? Scarier? No, scarier than anything. Scarier than anything. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, Lord English isn't even on the Lord English layer. That's really funny.
That's true. That's true. Well, because maybe we'll move stuff around, but the
like,
things that I have for these layers, and probably you have, are weird. These are weird.
Yeah, I have some shit that like until like two days ago, only I knew about Godgame.
Rox,
I think maybe,
would you like to? Oh, what's up?
Oh, there's another thing that I think could go somewhere on one of these.
What's that?
The joke of like maybe like layer 4 or 5, like young cards.
Oh, true. Young cards.
Yeah, there are certain
the
cards that are called like
Young Owen.
Young Owen, Young. There's other ones. I mean, you wrote a new one.
I wrote Young Mungdal. Oh, and I wrote.
Yeah, you did.
I wrote Young Sheldon for Arcana. This year, new Arcana reveal.
Yeah.
There's Young Owen.
Yeah. So this card started a genre of cards named Young that may or may not turn into their older selves. They all have the same quote, slightly edited. Time to grow up and stop being such a young whatever their name is. And that's one of the most recurring Godgame bits.
There's Young Mungdal, who...
Oh yeah, Young Grandpa, Young Xehanort.
I think is in... Might actually be in Champagne Heart. I don't know where Young Mungdal is, but there's a lot of young cards.
Mm-hmm. It's really fucking funny.
I think we're ready to move on to the final 4 layers.
Sure.
I'm not going to talk about the final layer. The final layer will be its own section because I have some things for that. So we have layers. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we have layer 10.
Yeah.
Rox, would you like to start us off?
Sure. So, there is here's some trivia about an expansion that not many people know about. The Auburn Soul expansion was originally just supposed to be called Auburn without the second word.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you didn't.
Wow. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I have a good entry for this one.
Go on.
Visible feet.
What? Oh, right.
In red text.
Yeah.
We're not gonna elaborate on this one.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? No, I will.
Okay.
I'll show him. This is a game mechanic for a card called Mort.
Yeah.
And we're gonna move on.
Yeah, that's all she wrote.
What's the next one, Rox? Oh shit, I just made this not red.
Right. I mean, I feel like it might be a good time to talk about cards that were supposed to be added but weren't. Do you think that was about layer 7 or layer 8?
I have specific ones.
Okay.
Really? I have one specific one and it's on the final layer.
I think this one could be layer maybe like 8.
Mhm.
The original expansion order, because the way we planned them.
Yeah.
Right. So there's actually a clue to this in the game itself. You can still see it. The original order for the expansions was supposed to be Champagne Heart was supposed to be the 3rd one, Hazy Depths was supposed to be the 4th one, Chaos Rising was supposed to be the 5th one, and then Nuclear was supposed to be the 6th one.
And Nuclear was supposed to be the mega expansion, because it's nuclear, that all 3 of us are going to do. And then Chaos Rising was the mega expansion. And then Carnival was the mega expansion. And now we're never doing a mega expansion ever again.
Yeah. There is one clue to the original expansion order in the game. And that is the champion card, Birdlay, He Whose Eyes Are Open.
That's true.
That's right, yeah. Because
That's true.
It should just be in the champion deck, I think. Let me get it.
Yeah, future expansions, instead of being like thousands of cards made by lots of people, are going to be like 1 to 2 people with a focused vision and like new status effects and new mechanics and like just like a, not a lot of new cards, so we can have them come out more often and we can like, yeah, here you go.
Yeah, so
Champagne was supposed to be after Slug Warriors.
In Slug Warriors. This card was added in Slug Warriors. It has a champagne thing as like a preview of the, in quotes, next expansion. But it never ended up, that wasn't the next expansion.
It was Hazy Depths.
That was the one clue left.
Oh. Yeah, Carnival is a full-size DLC instead of, yeah, I mean, that's very true. Carnival is base set 2.0 almost. Well, really, it's almost like, it's kind of like the viewer deck because there's so much variety, and with sets, I don't think we're ever going to play with every Carnival card outside of the Carnival streams. Because there's so much variety in like the type of shit you have in there. And there's a lot of good cards. Like there's a lot of like really good variety. But there's so much shit that you can just pick anything. Yeah. The Great Genie Debate, well, Genie as just like a whole is an entry. Right up there. This is where my stuff starts getting weird. And this is arguably the least weird one. That is the food expansion. However, the food expansion is also known as Plan D. Now the food expansion is an expansion I am making with my viewers live on stream, where and it's more of a mod than an expansion. It is an expansion. I'm just gonna call it that because it's easier. If you submit a VeggieTales card, I kill it. I kill it in front of you. I murder if you submit Archie the Artichoke, I kill it with a gun, and it gets sacrificed to become a food card, such as a tomato or this and that. And the food expansion is adding cooking to Godgame. And the rule is you don't get to decide what comes out. You have to make a full card with written text and HP, and you have to accept this VeggieTales character will not get made. And something's gonna come out that is vaguely themed after this or not at all. And it's gonna have your name on it. It's like discovered by Chef Code Blue 666 or this person. You can submit as many VeggieTales cards as you want to expand that expansion. There are recipe cards. It has stuff you learn as you play it. It's kind of like Outer Wilds, where you learn recipes. It's not like Outer Wilds, but you learn recipes, and it's like in future games, if you know a recipe and you have the stuff for that recipe, you could make it without any cards from the food expansion. Yeah, now, exactly. The other half of this is Plan D. Rox, you don't know what this means. I don't think I do. All I'm going to say right now, because we're going to touch on this more as the iceberg gets deeper, I have a plankton book of plans for things that Socks, want to do with Godgame without anyone's knowledge. And the food expansion is one of those things. The food expansion is Plan D. That's all I'll say on it for now. Rox, do you have anything else? I have some other obscure weird stuff that can go on this layer.
Yes. So this one is probably I don't know if this would be the lowest tier. I don't think it's the lowest tier. So the Godgame logo, the eye, like the triangle eye, the actual eye in the logo, is reused art. I actually drew that along about a year before.
That's true.
Godgame, and I repurposed it.
It looks good,
this.
And it's so iconic now.
Yeah.
That's the eye. That's here. I'll just show a card back real quick so you can see it. This eye.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know that until the other day.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit. The next thing that I'm gonna put on here is funny. This is definitely layer 5. Layer 5 is kind of like the end of, if you watch Godgame streams, like you might know this stuff. Like layer 1 through 3 is like, if you watch a bit of Godgame, you're gonna know this stuff. Layer 4 to 5 is like really obscure shit. Layer 7 is the end of, is basically the end of stuff, other than stuff that was like one stream.
Maybe the album one should move down then.
That's true. That's true. That should be like down here with like the reused IR.
Yeah.
And what I'm gonna put here is Party Mode Bonus VP, which was in Party Mode 2.0, which is the rewrite of Party Mode. I came up with bonus stars, where each Party Mode game would have 4 players and 1 bookkeeper to keep track of random shit, such as cards drawn, coins used, etc. And depending on, at the end of the game, after, whoever had the most VP by chapter 6. Oh no, this wasn't 1.0. Whoever had the most VP by chapter 6, that would happen. And then the bookkeeper would draw 3 bonus star VP things. And it'd be like, whoever has the most coins, whoever has this, whoever has that. And then the housekeeper would be encouraged to make extra stuff. This doesn't happen because asking someone to come onto a Godgame stream and bookkeep, it is not an easy task. And if people are willing to do it, like we might do it, but it is not an easy and sustainable task. That's like an event if we have bonus stars. Rox, do you have something?
It'll come back to me. There was something I was thinking of. Oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
The secret reject decks.
Those I have those at the bottom here.
You do?
The unimplemented ones?
Yes.
Okay. I have 2 separate entries for this. I have reject deck number 1. And right below this is reject deck number 4.
There's not too much we can say about these ones.
Yeah, currently in the game, in the reject deck, which is the trash bin for the stupid gimmick decks that don't get made into real ones, there's the Lala deck, and there is the Zoo and Wildlife expansion. There are more than that. And I'm gonna highlight reject deck number 1. This is not it.
It was actually written before the other ones.
And so the next thing that I'm gonna put is Jaffa Cake.
Oh yeah.
Jaffa Cake is a card that is a glitched paradox card. So there's a card called Yogscast, the video game, or Yogscast 2, that's, when this dies, draw 1 Jaffa Cake. And its written text is, if something doesn't exist, if you are directed to do an effect that is impossible, you have to debate it. And so we debated that draw 1 Jaffa Cake should be draw 1 Ultimate Annihilator. And so we had an ultimate, this was me versus Sophie. We had an Ultimate Annihilator called Jaffa Cake, right? And so there's Ultimate Annihilator and then there's Jaffa Cake. Jaffa Cake gets annihilated. Ultimate Annihilator is not annihilated. There now exists a new card in Godgame. And that resulted in this right here, Jaffa Cake, which is the exact same text as Ultimate Annihilator. but
it
it
has a
is.
different image and quote.
Yeah. Yeah, literally Godgame duplication glitch.
Yes.
That's Jaffa Cake.
It's a good one.
The next thing I'll put on here, which I'm gonna put up here, is the Stewie deck.
Right.
Which is not a gimmick deck. It is not an anything deck, but it exists. There's a card called Super Stewie Survival that I made for Tyler without telling them, and it's at the beginning of each turn, the active player draws one card from the Stewie deck. And the Stewie deck is a deck of Stewies that change your field effects to be different Stewies.
Where did you put that?
It's in the special bag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everyone forgets the Stewie deck exists. There's actually new Stewies in Carnival Green.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, there are new Stewies.
Yes, there are. Damn, this song is loud.
So I think I have another one. Genesis Tadpole / Genesis Frog.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Here. I think we'll put that on right at the bottom of this layer right here. Genesis Tadpole / Genesis Frog. Which
typo in the second Genesis.
Which you saw that today on stream. Instead of explaining, you can check out the VOD later of this VOD, and you can see what happened. Ballistic Witty.
I feel like that falls into Friday Night Fucking Cards.
Yeah, I think it does. Okay, the next thing that I'm gonna put is gonna be... No, I can't put that yet. I'm gonna put a different one. I'm gonna do creative cards. Now, this goes back to a previous entry, that being Smarts cards. Smarts cards are a carryover from the old game, the mini games that made it into the final game. Creative cards were a similar type of mini game, but instead of trivia, it would be like draw something. It would be draw something and everyone votes on it, or write a poem, or do something stupid. Creative cards don't exist in modern Godgame.
They do not.
And those are actually gonna go all the way down here. Actually, now that I think about it, these are gonna go all the way down here. Because how would you couldn't know.
Yeah,
Wasn't the first instance of Fortnite a viewer card called Dude Get on Fortnite? No. The first instance of Fortnite was that image. It was an emote in my private server, and we started calling it Fortnite. And then Dude Get on Fortnite was made. The next thing will be Maggie Simpson. A base game card that does nothing was removed from the game until the Universe Convergence stream, where I begged for Maggie to be added back to the game.
Yeah, I did. I forgot to add her.
Maggie literally does nothing, and I don't know where she is. But it's okay. She crawled off somewhere.
Okay.
She doesn't do anything. That's literally it.
She doesn't have any she doesn't have question mark shots. She just doesn't have stats.
No, it wasn't during Universe Convergence. It was during April Fools. She was in the old game, and then after that stream, we added her to the base game.
Yes. She just doesn't have stats at all.
She has nothing. Next thing I will add will be Rushed, Thick-Skinned, and Long Reach.
That's right.
Which really Thick-Skinned and Long Reach are slightly different from Rushed. These are the original names of Speed, Thick-Skinned, and Long Reach. Now, Rushed was a beta.
You just said Thick-Skinned and Long Reach again. You mean Armored and Ranged?
Oh, fuck. This is original speed, original armored, original ranged. Now, rushed is a part of the original beta set of statuses, and there are classic cards that have this status. Thick-skinned and long reach were not on any statuses ever. They were conceptualized. Coops had thick-skinned.
Yes.
But they were never made. The cards were never made until modern Godgame, and then they were renamed to armored and ranged. And that's really all there is to know about it.
I think I have one.
Do you?
Yes, in the Stinky Pete layer.
Mhm.
The Discord contests. You know how in my server you sometimes post and shit like the Rhino Roundup or the Make a Yoshi contest.
The Make a Yoshi contest. I think this should just be its own.
Yeah,
this should be down here.
There was that one, and there was the Rhino Roundup. So in my server, Phoebe just kind of posts sometimes about like, hey, if you make a card of this, we might add it to the game.
Like without consulting either one of us.
Yeah, so the Yoshi contest, and I can actually talk about this a bit. All the Yoshis that were written for that are going to get added.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of them.
As different colored Yoshis.
Yes.
But there's going to be one that's going to be the true Yoshi. Because
Yeah,
Yoshi doesn't have a card in Godgame.
Yoshi does not have a card in Godgame. That's actually, oh my god, yeah, you're so right. That's actually something we should...
That's why. Well, that's why the contest was done.
Yeah, because, yeah, to make the Yoshi card. Because there's, in quotes, the Yoshi. There's Yoshi all caps.
But there's no Yoshi. There's no normal Yoshi.
There's no Yoshi card.
I look at the Make a Yoshi contest. Next thing that I will add of a similar theme to Rushed, Thick-Skinned, and Long Reach is Dart, Paper Airplane, and Skipping Stone, which are the original versions of, I believe it's Geopebble,
Gravel Rock,
and Shrek Grenade. These were the original. These were the counterparts to like Apple, Steak, Pork Chop. These are your damage cards in the old game. And now it's like Geopebble, Gravel Rock, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an entry on the frag? Not yet, but we will do that. And actually, now's a good time to talk about Paula.
Yes.
Paula. What happened with Paula? In the first deck builder game with me and Tyler. Tyler said, I want to do something crazy. And so there's a card called Cosmic Unifying Force, which whenever something happens, it's a victory card. You can make that thing happen 3d20 times. Tyler annihilated the Earthbound character Paula 3d20 times. And now there are 27 fragmented versions of Paula spread throughout the game in many, many different places. In many gimmick decks, in the basic deck, in the champion deck, in the Stinky Pete deck. They are everywhere. There's 27. What? Yeah. And they have their own icon because they are fragmented cards.
Yes.
They're shattered.
That is correct.
That's Paula. It is very fucking awesome. The next thing that I'm gonna add, and I'm gonna add this all the way down here, but some of you may know, is Prey. Prey is a mechanic for a boss that is not in the game yet. There are cards that prey, such as Paula, Spencer Shea, and some viewer cards, which have been given Prey not knowing that it's a mechanic. One day you'll know what it means. Oh, I'm still on tabletop. I'm gonna put it all the way down here. One day you'll know what it means, but for right now, it will remain unknown until that boss gets played. Rox, do you have anything you want to add?
The tabletop pig.
True. Tabletop pig. That'll go like down here, kind of at the bottom. The tabletop. the tabletop pig, it's not talked about a lot on stream. It is in every single Godgame VOD. Is the tabletop pig, sometimes known as Gumball, but truly known as the tabletop pig. The tabletop pig is an anchor between me and Phoebe's friendship. Every time we play, we have the tabletop pig on stream. And whenever we get annoyed or bored and we want to do something else, we copy paste it like 50 million times and then we play a different game. And there's actually a tabletop pig boss in the original version of Godgame on the dock that was never made. And that actually brings me to another entry I want to add, which is unmade bosses. The original Godgame version had one playable boss, and that was Jevil. There are about 10 bosses. There's Saxton Hale, there's Dracula, there's Marks, which is now playable, there's Mr. Meeseeks, which will never be made playable, there's the tabletop pig. You want to make it? He has to have this exact text, because it's really bad. There's Seymour, the monkey. I mean, that's basically all there is to say. Do you have anything you want to add, Rocks? Because I have about 12 more entries for here. And I could just like do them.
Probably like, I think there's like one more thing that's immediately come to mind.
Okay.
The original like tokens. You know, like the tokens on the board. Like the fucking...
Before it was Squidward tokens. Before Squidward saved the day.
Oh, that's not even what I meant, but yes.
Oh, the status tokens?
Like No. I meant like the fucking like the Assassin's Creed guy. And like the rat.
The original player icons.
Yes. But the original tokens is also a really good shout.
That's true. I think status tokens is good.
Yes.
Wait, this is Holly's. Wait, I'm skipping this. Because this is Holly's VRB screen. Or Holly's, that's Holly's arrival theme.
They're actually still in the bags, actually.
They are. Them. And the original tokens. I'm going to put old tokens.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the old Godgame tokens were
old counters. Different. Old counters.
They used to just be the same one exact same one that was just changed in color.
Oh my god, like all of the things I have left, almost all of the things I have left, there's like some really obscure trivia and then it's a lot of really bad shit. It's a lot of really bad things.
There's one that I have, but I don't know if you'll let me say that one.
DM me. No, definitely not.
Okay.
No, we can't. No.
Okay.
Okay, the next thing I'm adding is Travis Ball.
Oh yeah.
If you know, you know. If you don't, you'll see it fully in Carnival White. And speaking of that, the next thing that I'm gonna add is
at the bottom.
Actually, no, it's not the card at the bottom. It is specifically the Calamity Carnival White Workshop section. This is the section of Calamity Carnival White, which is the worst expansion, where all of our worst ideas go. This is the section where we workshop ideas to never be made. It is continuously being referred to as awful and terrible and bad, and you'll probably never see why. I just went out your live, I was watching VODs and wanted to see if you actually have the $1,000 donation incentive to play any game, so I can force you to play Final Fantasy 14. I do have that. That is a real donation. Tiffany Neat, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Good to have you here. Yes, that has happened twice now. It made me play all of Outer Wilds, and it made me play the Talos Principle when I was reading Homestuck. And that actually has an entry on this Iceberg we're working on, because the second one resulted in the person who donated it, I let them make any Godgame cards they want. Yes. Anything they want. They made a status effect. They made a bunch of really cool shit. That was Clueless Wanderer. But yeah, that is a real donation. Anytime, basically. Okay. Everything else I have is on the bottom 2 layers.
Okay.
And the first thing I'm going to add is the last, presumably, probably the last thing most of you will recognize. And that is the Tribe King deck.
Oh, Jesus.
This is something I didn't know existed. This is something I don't think Rox knew existed. This is something Phoebe didn't know existed.
I had a vague idea.
This is something that Pyro and Tyler made. We didn't even put Tribe King Mega Man on here. What?
I'm gonna DM you.
I think I know what it is. This is a deck that is apparently never supposed to be drawn. I still don't know how you're supposed to summon it, but basically, there is a card written over a year ago before the Tribe King deck was real that said, like, when after 10 hours pass, summon the Tribe King deck, and we played a game for enough time for that to happen, and then the Tribe King deck was summoned, and I got to know that it was a very real thing. Rox, I have both of those things on this iceberg.
Okay.
And that also, I'm gonna add right up here. Actually, Tribe King Mega Man should be like here. What are we doing? Tribe King Mega Man is a viewer card by Snorunt Pyro, good friend and now dev of Godgame. It's a card that exists only in the secret deck to never be pulled. It has 20 HP, 20 damage, speed, every good status effect in the game. And it happened 5 times in a row, like 3 times in a row. And it's become infamous as like powerful cards that aren't supposed to happen and do. Yeah, I mean, that's Tribe King Mega Man.
Yeah.
Rox, do you have anything? Yeah, the photos are awesome. Those are made by Rox and Tyler.
Try to slow down. I'm not entirely sure. Because at this point, it'd be stuff people don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna look in mine and Phoebe's DMs for anything for that.
Okay, then I'm gonna do the next thing.
Yeah.
Which is gonna be Canny. Canny is a status effect. I don't think anyone knows what it does. Maybe one day you'll know. And I think last dev stream or dev stream before last, in the last like hour, I said, like, chat, for the next hour, you can make a card with the Canny status effect, but you can't know what it does. The problem is I can't tell you what it does. And then I think I got like 3.
Oh, status effect.
Does anyone but you know what it does? Yes. Because I think most people, I know what it does. Rox, Tyler, Pyro.
Yes.
There's a good amount of people who know.
Uncanny.
What?
I said, it's just replying to my friend in my chat, like, who said, as opposed to uncanny.
Yeah,
yes.
Canny.
Yes. Like, Canny, Mr. Incredible.
Now, I'm gonna put some very obscure trivia on here.
Oh, I actually do have one that I just
Oh?
remembered.
What is it?
There was an unused status in Carnival. Remember?
That's right! Mime!
Mime.
Mime was a status in Carnival where cards with Mime do not have written text and do not consider any cards to have written text. They exist separate from all of that. And it was removed mostly just because there aren't enough characters that are mimes. It was a kind of a counterpart to Clown. And maybe one day it'll get reworked into something else, but it probably won't be called Mime. Because there's not enough to justify a Mime status effect existing.
Yeah, for sure.
The next thing that I want to add is the first planned expansion was fighting game themed.
That's true.
And I'm not talking about planned expansion for the revamp. I'm talking years ago, 4 years ago. Friend of the stream, Kellen Usto, who you may know from Scrungecraft, was making a Godgame fan expansion as a friend that was fighting game themed. It had Street Fighter cards. It had It had like continue as like a consumable. It had a bunch of stuff in it. And I've actually asked him to search for it, and he hasn't found it yet. But I know there's a doc for it. And so if we find that, maybe that'll get made. But before Auburn Soul, before Slug Warriors, there was that, and it wasn't even named. And the next thing that I'm gonna put on here is 3 coins. Which is a card from old Godgame that is simply 3 coins. It is a consumable, and when you play it, you get 3 coins.
It's sort of like the shittier cousin of like Penny and Double Penny.
And we got to see it on the April Fool's Day stream when we played old Godgame. And it's so funny. I want to make that in modern Godgame with the like old logo. I would say for $2,000 card that is redacted rhythm game, Angel Dust, and Homestuck Fart Joke, and it replaces all the basic store cards with Annihilator. Okay.
Like,
the most expensive Godgame card. That should be its own entry. Is because people have tried to math out the most expensive like viewer card, which I think is like 2,000 something. And it's like if you combine all of the like awful shit that I have on there. 3 coins like the 3 Musketeers candy? No, 3 coins like the image of a Mario coin copy pasted 3 times.
Maybe the funniest card ever.
I have another one. This is where it starts to get bad, by the way. So before I do that, I'm gonna do this, which is Rox. You don't know about this. This is unimplemented zoo and wildlife cards / Plan B.
No, I know about this.
No, you don't.
What?
Before I knew that the zoo and wildlife deck was getting put in the reject deck, I was making an expansion.
No, I know about this. I know about this.
You do? Did I tell you?
Yes. Yes.
Have you seen the cards?
No, but you told me.
Okay. Okay, then you do know about this. Okay. Well, regardless, Plan B is the zoo and wildlife not deck expansion. There are habits, which are kind of like status effects. I feel like maybe I should just stream this, like this doc for this. You know what? I think I will, because this is really funny.
God.
Let me see if I can. Hold on.
Come on.
Hold on. Let me try something. Okay, this'll do. I'm gonna stream this. I'm gonna move it. This is never before seen by anyone but me and Serpy, who I asked to help me with this. Rox, I'm gonna stream it in my Discord screen share. Let me know when you can see it, and we'll scroll through together.
Sure. I can see it. It's on stream.
Okay, so there are habits, which are kind of like battle cries or death rattles. There's stock, which is an effect that activates if that card's owner ends a turn while the stock card is stealthed. There's yawn, which effect activates when this card exits a sleep. There's squeak, which happens if another card with the same written status effects is summoned. There's lay egg, effect happens when this card lays an egg. There's greeting, activates when this card gains an action. Deliver, activates when this card delivers a card. There's willing, which activates if this card has a suitable face. There's instincts, which are the renamed status effects. There's charging and overwhelm, which have actual effects. There's also long neck. There's herbivore. There's extinct. There's rodent. There's squid. There's ward. There's ferocious. There's repeater. All of these have effects, by the way. There's flightless. There's arctic. There's quills. There's taunt.
Flightless is just blue.
There's taunt. If a character card tries to attack this one directly, instead of dealing the damage, give this card plus 1 HP. Actions against this card can never be takesies backseat, no matter how mad you are. So it's not normal taunt. It's a completely different kind of taunt because it's not a status effect. There's steady, there's carrier, there's happy, and there's unhappy. I wrote a bunch of animals for these. There's rhino, which you know.
What do you mean happy and unhappy?
Because these aren't status effects, these are instincts.
That's right.
There's tiger, there's giraffe, there's dodo bird, there's Squidward, who has squid and word, there's parrot, there's penguin, there's puppy dog. There's Chipmunk 1, Chipmunk 2, and Chipmunk 3, who when it squeaks, gives this card taunt.
People might know about this.
There's Snail? Really? I don't think so. Wait, Chipmunk 1, Chipmunk 2, and Chipmunk 2.
Check the pinned in my Godgame channel.
What?
And like scroll down. There's like an image of messages from our group DM.
Oh my god, true! There's a hint of it. There's a hint of it that we posted once long ago.
Yes.
Oh, there's also Alien. There's Donkey, which this card carries the top of the Explorer deck. There's Dragon. This card may mate with cards named Donkey. There's Turtle. And then there's the phenomenon Deforestation, which is the bad end of this expansion. It's kind of like the Lord. Well, you'll see. This card is the bad guy and signals the end. At the start of every turn that this phenomenon is in play, the top card of the animal deck becomes extinct. Cards made extinct this way are more than just annihilated, but actively removed from Godgame forever and will never be played with again. If the game ends and this phenomenon is in play, the entire animal deck goes extinct. My animal is removed from the Explorer deck and goes extinct. If you love animals, you'll find a way to stop this. But know that it's not your fault.
What the fuck?
I don't know if this will ever get made. Maybe you'll see these one day. Yeah. I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say yes. I just moved my source off screen. Hold on.
Oh, can you stream me?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay, thank you.
I need to redo my sources. Yeah, I told you there would be some well-kept secrets. Roxy, like you knew about that, but you didn't know the extent that I'd went with it.
I did not know the extent. I did not.
Hold on. I gotta reorganize this. No, I fucked it up. Hold on. So yeah, that's plan B. Which, you know, it's in my big plan book. My animal was just something Serpy drew right. Yes, and then I made it in call with Serpy. I think that card is too dark for Godgame. Like, why in the world did you put "no, it is not your fault" at the end of there? Well, because, and the reason I was making this with Serpy is because I specifically wanted that part to be accurate to like real life. And I wanted to do it well. And I wanted to do it like, if you don't stop deforestation, all of your favorite animals will die forever. If like, and I was like, maybe instead this should be like Walmart or something. But that was like the point of it. That was the point of the expansion. Was people have to put in an effort to stop the harm that is done to them. Or else they die. And it's not your fault, but someone has to have the responsibility. And then the next thing I'm gonna put is Osomatsu-san cards.
Right.
These are real cards that are made. If you watch the first Godgame VOD, they're in. They've never been in again. These are from the original game. I'm not kidding. If you watch the VOD with Gibson, there are Osomatsu cards in it. I'm not kidding. I'm not lying to you. These are real cards. They've been removed from every single stream since then. And on that note, there are non-stream cards that exist, such as the Osomatsu-san cards, such as other ones, that don't get played with on stream for one reason or another. For this reason, it's because Osomatsu-san sucks. And I don't want that anywhere near my stream. Yeah, Star and Pyro are, yeah, the ellipses in chat.
Yeah, there's a couple. God.
I am burdened with knowledge. Let me look. Okay, the next thing, this is something I don't know what it means. Rox, maybe you know what it means. I asked Pyro for some stuff I could put on here. So I'm gonna put final weapon.
Pyro's gonna get mad at me if I explain that.
Okay, no, we don't have to explain it. We just have to have it.
Don't worry about it.
I also have another thing, and I want to put this up here, which this is, and it's so far up because this isn't going to be obscure forever. This is OC cards, but specifically base game OC cards. Original Godgame had a set of OC cards that were made because me, Phoebe, and Rox got close. Well, specifically me and Phoebe, because this was before Rox. We RP'd all the time. We RP'd Undertale and Danganronpa and not Homestuck. Well, we did RP Homestuck actually. And we made cards for OCs, including Abaddon, that some of you know I reused in Scrunch, and some other ones that are on the original dock and will be re-added to the game. Oh, not all of them, some of them. The ones that I'm like, okay, like that I still think of fondly. Do the Winnie and Pooh and me cards count as OCs? No, but Sneed is gonna go up here, which is like Speed, but it is Sneed.
Oh yeah, I would probably.
We forgot about that one.
Like Biffy Jones somewhere like around the. There are a couple things that could go higher up that I'm remembering now. Actually.
Biffy Jones. Yeah, you want to name some?
So the original Godgame like design, like how it looked.
Oh yeah, the original template.
The game looked very different.
The game looked very different. The basic cards used portraits.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any others?
I have one, but it's sort of related to Biffy Jones stuff. Sort of, not really. So the card Tremblula has the text on it. Winner of the 2021 Godgame Make a Card contest.
Can I add two words to this?
Go on.
Oops, hold on. The 2021 Godgame Make a Card contest never happened.
It never happened.
It's not real. This is going all the way, like, this is going, like, down here. That text is literally a joke.
Yeah. That's so fucking funny.
Okay.
Wait, there is actually one more that I remember to go up high. Cool Guy.
Cool Guy, true.
The only card, actually that's not true anymore. One of the only cards in the game to still use the old template.
Cool Guy, which is a Papyrus card written by Papyrus, and I'm gonna make this Papyrus text, and I'm gonna make it small.
That's awesome.
Okay. My final, I have 4 more entries, and then I'm at my final layer.
Okay.
First up, you can talk about this more than I can. I wrote down Fusion.
Fusion.
Yeah, Fusion.
Yes, right. So, we have been trying to get Steven Universe Fusion working in Godgame for so fucking long now.
And we just can't get it to work.
We can't. We're trying so.
In like a satisfying way.
Yeah, it's like
MC Ballyhoo.
It's such a weird mechanic to like work around.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to account for like if cards like defuse. What if you don't have enough field slot space? Ugh. And like, what if you want to fuse with like more than 2 cards? It's like too fucking much. So we just never have added it yet.
We'll figure it out one day.
Yeah, one day. Steven Universe will finally get added one day.
I'm gonna add something real quick, which I didn't have on my original thing, which is MC Ballyhoo. This is a card added in Carnival that quote unquote doesn't exist. Which existence should be a thing. I I forgot that was a keyword. MC Ballyhoo is a card that is annihilated by default. It is a reference to the Mario Party 8 ARG, which is an ARG that kind of started in my community and has evolved from that point. And so it's kind of an homage to that. It is a card that has 8 HP, 8 damage, and then any visible 8 is turned into a question mark, and it has the creator icon 8, and so all of that is question marks. Player Annihilation. That's true. The Star Souls deck. I'm gonna put Existence down, which Existence is a keyword I made, and cards can exist. They cannot exist. They could exist. They cannot exist, etc. It's a stupid bullshit term. Doesn't really mean anything. If a card doesn't exist, it is nowhere on the table. If a card could exist, it is somewhere on a dock. If a card does exist, it's in a deck.
Right. A couple more I actually just remembered for higher.
Yeah?
Developer cards.
True. The developer cards, which this is these are cards that there's a victory card called Developer's Handbook, and it allows you to draw one developer card, which are cards with original art that we wrote that are very powerful. And they're kind of like super promo cards. Like there's one that annihilates the entire Stinky Pete deck. Yeah. There's a lot of fun ones.
They all have custom art of 3 of us as well.
Yeah. Heaven has not been mentioned yet. Heaven should be right here. Heaven is the opposite of hell. Cards that go to heaven. Heaven is not a real mechanic. Cards go to heaven when something beautiful happens. Players have visited heaven once before. Heaven may or may not ever be a real mechanic. Probably won't ever be a real mechanic. Don't count on it. If maybe one day. Maybe one day. But I've also just kind of I've been inconsistent about how I've referred to heaven. The Yak went to heaven because it was so powerful and it can't ever be played again.
Homestuck Cups.
Homestuck Cups. You want to talk about it?
Sure. So there is a special card that exists if someone in any game of Godgame deletes
a Homestuck card.
For any reason, including like the game making you do it. In the next game of Godgame you play, you will start with the champion card, Homestuck Cups, which is actually
a very
pretty
good card.
Yeah, but it was made because whenever Homestuck cards showed up on stream, a lot of the time they would get deleted. just on principle, just like if Homestuck card showed up, it would just get deleted. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a card that punishes people for doing that. Play with the cards I made now.
Okay. I have 3 cards that are references to old mechanics, and then I have a very scary thing.
Oh yeah, Slux has known about Homestuck for a while, yeah.
I didn't know for a long time. I'm gonna do those 3. And then I'm gonna do my final one. We're gonna do any final additions to the upper layers.
Yes.
And then we're gonna do the bottom layer.
Okay.
First up, we have monster cards. Monster cards are part of the original Godgame formula, one of the original iterations. There's so many, it's hard to keep track of. Monster cards are kind of like original boss cards. They're inspired by Isaac Four Souls, where when you explore, you would sometimes draw a monster. There is also a version where you would have a monster deck. I need to skip this because this is like music I play at the end of my stream. And monster cards would award various things. They would be kind of like, the reason I didn't do it is because I didn't want to be limited on what is a character and what is a monster, right? Like, is Goomba a character that you play and an ally, or is it a monster? And I was like, this is stupid. It should be one thing. It should be characters. And then there's bosses, which are kind of rarer. Dog, that's true. On the same topic as monster cards, there's the day-night system, which is my baby, and one day will return. It technically is kind of a mechanic, but it's like with real time. The day-night system was there would be 2 decks of monster cards. There's day monsters and there's night monsters. At night, you'd see zombies from Minecraft. In the day, you'd see, I don't know, bears. And it was just like a stupid thing because I wanted Godgame to have so many rules. And the way it worked is there's a time deck. You draw a card from the time deck every turn. Okay, now it's 4 p.m. Now it's 5 p.m. And it was by 4 hours. So now it's 4 p.m. Now it's 8 p.m. Now it's 12 a.m. Now it's 4 a.m. Now it's 8 p.m. And depending on the time, different things would happen. Different things could happen. You could do different things at different times. And it was stupid. It was kind of awesome. And I just thought of one other thing. But first, I'm going to do quests, which are another old condition, a part of these 3 rules. Quests are a different iteration on environments. And before there were environments, there were rule cards / quests. Every chapter you draw from from a deck that would either have a rule for the chapter, like you can only talk like Yoda, or quest. The first player to do this thing gets VP. That was combined into one thing. That is environments. That's basically it. That was an old mechanic. I'm actually gonna call this rules. Well, no, I think just quests is fine. And you have modern Godgame quests, but that's like different. That's like gumballs.
Yeah.
Maybe honestly, I'm thinking maybe this is actually the next thing I'm gonna put. That's gonna be actually layer 8. Because that's like such an obscure thing that shouldn't be this high. Okay, before I do my final thing, any final additions to up here?
Yes, I do have a couple.
I want to put dog.
Lower down, actually, the unmade Doge card. Do you know what I'm talking about? You know the one... the Doge card... There was a Doge card on the original document that I think Socks wrote.
Can you DM me? I actually don't know what you're talking about.
It's called like I don't know what it's called. It's like meme Doge or something similar to that. It was.
It's self-aware Doge, and I could never find this picture. There's a picture of Doge, and he's like, I think it might be a tweet. And it's a tweet of Doge that's like, this Doge is aware he's a meme, but that's okay, because he just wants to make you happy or something.
Yes.
And it was so stupid, and I was like, this is so funny. And so I made a card called Self-Aware Doge, and it's like, this card is aware that it's a card. Its only purpose is to please you.
Yeah, I never got it.
Because we could never find the image, and I still can't find it. You need to find the image. Find the image, and I will make that card.
Yeah, that should be on here.
I'm
not sure why.
I'm gonna add Doug pretty high up. Doug is the worst show on Nickelodeon. Doug is the worst show to ever air on Disney. And the card in Godgame immediately gets deleted upon drawing it, and I fucking hate Doug. And Doug sucks. But Scooter's alright.
I'm not sure why they should go Rick numbers.
Probably right here. Rick numbers. All the Ricks are numbered. They're numbered in order of when they're made.
Yes, every single Rick card is ordered in order of like when it was made.
There's Clash Royale cards. That's enough.
And all of them have the number in the quote of the card or like in the name of the card. Yeah, like that's one of the. And we sometimes do jokes with the numbers. It's one of my favorite like recurring bits. It's pretty good.
Anything else? Anything else? Once we get to the final layer.
Yeah, no, we can't go back.
Wow. We might do some, but festive is all the way down here.
Festive is a status created by.
Because it's on Jonesy actually. It's gonna go up here.
Festive is a status created by Phoebe. It is on one card. Oh no, sorry, 2 cards right now actually because Gift Trot has it now. It's on Gift Trot and it is on a Christmas themed Jonesy. I don't remember which one exactly.
Elf.
Oh yeah, Codename Elf. That's right. but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything right now, but it is going to do something.
I'm gonna put Exodia pieces up here.
True. Yeah.
Exodia pieces speaks for itself. It's the pieces of Exodia from Yu-Gi-Oh! There's one in the Doge deck. They're all over the place. If you get them, you win.
Yes.
Right next to that, I'm gonna put alt win conditions like burning, like setting hot Dr. Pepper, or like setting Dr. Pepper on fire and getting hot Dr. Pepper.
Oh, like yeah.
I'm gonna put pork chop up here. I'm gonna put draw one pork chop. And then I'm gonna put the Lego status on this layer right here.
So fun.
More phone night. The hives are gonna go one layer. Are gonna go all the way down here actually. That's like SpongeBob hive. The hives are cards, parodies of Clash Royale cards. So there's SpongeBob's hive. No, so it started with Carcat's hive. It's Carcat's idea for a Clash Royale card. It summons a Carcat. Like the Barbarian Hut summons a Barbarian. Then there's SpongeBob hives, which summons a SpongeBob everywhere you possibly can. Then there's Homer's hive, which summons Homer. There's Homer's hive Knight, which summons Dark Rainbow Homer. Doge Rick / Rick Doge. True. That should be Doge Rick / Rick Doge. We'll go right here. Doge Rick / Rick Doge is something you can see in the famous 9-hour Godgame stream, where it's a card that makes a player of the Doge, and it happened, and it was very scary. And I don't want to spoil that stream because it's a very good stream. Yeah, the 9-hour Godgame stream where Holly came in, made the Doge card sentient, and the Exodia pieces were pulled while you were all supposed to be fishing in Sockscraft. That is one of the best Godgame streams ever.
So there are 2 outcomes for Doge Rick and Rick Doge, and the far worse one happened.
Anything else? Anything else?
Just something I remember, I'm not sure how to word it. You know cards that are like a duo, but it's like one of them is the wrong character? Like Beaver and Butthead, Stampler and Waldorf, Mordecai and Stingbay. You know what I'm talking about?
That's true. There's only 3 of those.
No, there's more than that.
Incorrect duos?
Yes, that works. There's more than that.
Yeah, so there's cards like Beaver and Butthead, Mordecai and Stingbee, Stantler and Waldorf, Pinky and the Blade, mismatched duos. Yeah. That's a good way of wording it.
Yeah.
It's another like Godgame joke that you'll see it like once a game usually. Tatonga Leela, that's true. That's a very good like continuous joke.
It's good, yeah.
Anything else? Anything else?
One that's a bit lower down, I think.
What was the best Godgame stream? The 9-hour stream with me, Snort Pyros, Sophie Steak, Osk, and Star.
The rules notepad. By which I mean, back in this is an obscure one. I'm gonna have to explain this. Back in 2019, or whenever I first started playing Godgame with Socks, I was like hooked on the game and I like made a save of it, but I didn't have the rules anywhere. So like,
because it's all on a Google Doc.
Right. So like months later, years later, I had to write the rules down from memory, and that is I still have that. It's like a weird archive of my perception of the old Godgame.
Yeah. I can't think of anything else to add. I'm sure we're definitely gonna miss stuff. Look, we can do Iceberg stream 2, like sometime in the future, and there will be more Iceberg content way in the future because Godgame will be developed for a very long time. Cards on the wrong deck be an entry. I wanna also just put gimmick decks, which we've already talked about. Gimmick decks are decks like the Doge deck, the Rick deck, the Jonesy deck. They're cards you can't draw from normally. Actually push the final boss of the co-op route. Oh my god, the Beast. The Beast. That's the Beast is a part of an alt win condition where everyone can win Godgame together. It is the Isaac route, where if you go to the depths and you use a cracked key, you go to Mausoleum, you can begin the ascent, and once the ascent is started, you can't stop. From the ascent, you go to Isaac's home, where you fight Dogma, And then from that point forward, no one can damage each other anymore. You have to kill the beast. So Dogma gives you a chance to get a bunch of cards for free, and then you fight one of the hardest bosses in the game. And it's never that route has never happened naturally. Maybe one day.
There is a secret route that I made that is probably going to be a bit lower down because it's never showed up. I think just call it like the Tartarus route.
That's Persona 3 spoilers, right?
Yes, it is, which is why it's never shown up.
Yeah.
There is a secret route for Persona 3, which is my favorite game ever. But it can't show up on stream because Sox has never played that game.
There's not a nuclear throne route, but there's a nuclear throne sequence you can do.
Wait,
it's not an end.
My friend just said something that has to fucking be on here and we forgot about it.
What?
Happy and unhappy. Emotions.
How did we forget happy/unhappy?
I know.
Happy/unhappy? There are many cards in Godgame that make a card happy or make a card unhappy. This is not a status effect. This is an emotion, and it means nothing, and it will never mean anything unless you're happy, Smurf. Okay.
The one final thing I can think of, Godgame trailers.
True.
Yeah, that's the only other thing.
That will be the final thing. There's gonna be stuff we missed. We could save it for Iceberg too.
Yes.
Godgame trailers, that's right.
Yes.
Okay.
LDR, I make trailers for Godgame sometimes.
Oh, and we should the millhouse that's on this icon should be here. What's it called again?
Just type like the Chaos Bringer.
True. Okay. Are we ready?
All right. I think so.
My final entry for layer 7 is Plan C. I can't tell you what it is. Rox knows what it is. Rox, you know what it is.
Right.
You DM'd it to me.
Yes, that's right.
Rox, you know what it is. No one else does. No, literally no one else does. No one knows what it is. And you better fucking pray. Pyra also knows what it is. And you better fucking pray that you never know what this is.
Yeah, basically.
It's not, I'm gonna tell you, it's not something stupid like Game Grumps. It's not Omori. It's not Friday Night Funkin'. It is a plan in my plan book.
Yeah. Exactly.
If all goes well, it won't have to matter. Give me something. There's one entry you can put on that I won't elaborate on. It's just you. Oh my god, true. That can go on the final layer. Okay. Are we ready?
Yes.
Rox, would you like to start us off?
I
have some not scary ones for here.
Yeah, so what? Okay, how obscure should these be?
I can start off.
Yeah, that'd be probably better.
The one that I'm gonna put on here, none of you know about. Rox vaguely knows about it. Phoebe vaguely knows about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put on here as the first entry, Godgame. Godgame
Do you know about this?
is actually Godgame 2. This was made before the stream thing. This was made 2 years ago. This is actual Godgame 2. It was never made. It exists on a Nuclino. It is a design doc. It has a bunch, like a fuck ton of stuff I wrote for it.
Oh.
It is a Godgame deck builder mode, more directly inspired by stuff like Hearthstone and Runeterra, where you have classes and you build a deck. Of those classes, the classes are kind of inspired by like Siva Gunner, King for a Day stuff. So you have, it was like Dr. Eggman, and Dr. Eggman has any robot, so he has all the Sonic shit, but he also has Mega Man and Undertale are legal in his decks. There is the Lawn from Plants vs. Zombies. There is King Bowser, And each of them have different playstyles. I wrote so much. There's the security guard from FNAF, because it was that long ago. There's fucking Vriska. Maybe one day I'll go into depth, and maybe one day we'll like actually play it if I can make it, but it's not gonna take over Godgame, because I don't think it has the same charm. It's like an attempt to make Godgame balanced, and I don't think that's a good idea. I think Godgame is good in a weird state like what we played today. But so the dogs I think they're specifically like denizens of God. And these are characters like Bowser and stuff. These are like champions from Godgame playing as gods, getting minions and making decks. So like Bowser focuses on having lots and lots of really weak cards, and he can attack a shit ton. These classes directly inspired the player classes that are in Arcana. There's a lot of interest in trivia with this alone, because there's so much to this that I planned and wrote that just didn't get made. So one day I'll show you, but yeah, not today. Not today, because I don't have anything ready to show you. Rox, do you have anything? Godgame.
That's a good fucking question.
I have a lot. I'm gonna go through all the not bad ones, and then we're gonna get to the few bad ones. The next thing I'm gonna put on here is actually wild cards, which is the third and final minigame type. It's like smarts cards, it's like creative cards, but these can be anything. That's really all it is. It's the simplest one on here. I also have uncanny on here, which I will not elaborate on. But it is a thing.
One of my friends said, wait a sec, Sox has mentioned Godgame before, haven't they? Denizens of God just ticked my memory.
I might have mentioned it before, but I've never talked about it too much. Okay, I have a piece of Godgame trivia that you don't know, Rox.
Oh.
Player classes in old Godgame. Me and Phoebe were planning to make gods that you could play as. There were two that we conceptualized. There was Cupid, who didn't have any text of what he did yet, and there was the Doge god, which used Doge cards. And they had passive abilities and stuff, and that was it. And that again is a carryover from this got turned into Godgame, which got turned into the Arcana classes. This is a very weird piece of trivia. And then I have everything else is like really, really fucked up.
Does that include the one I sent to you before Plan C?
Yes, I do, and I worded it in a specific way. I could do that now, because I didn't know how to word it without spoiling what it is.
Have you figured it out yet?
I'm gonna DM you, and this stream's gonna look weird. I was gonna put this. Because that environment,
Huh, yeah, that's probably a good way to do it.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay, chat, all the way down here, I'm gonna put Louis' jail cell. I'm gonna double check that that's what the card is called.
I'm fairly certain.
Yes it is. All right.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say anything more. Oh no. I'm looking at these. Wait, okay, I need to scroll up real quick because I need to add Clayton's Yard.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There you go. Clayton's Yard makes you play Claymates. Rox, are you certain you don't have anything else to talk about?
See, like it's difficult because the shit that's this obscure, it's mostly like older stuff that I wouldn't know about. Or it's stuff that hasn't debuted yet, and I don't want to spoil that stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think.
Should we get the scary music? Yes.
There's gotta be something.
Hang on. You're absolutely right. We should have the scary music on. Someone get the scary Nintendo music playlist. No. Okay.
I would have searched mine and these poll
Okay.
like DMs like years ago.
I'm gonna put something that isn't so much scary but is interesting.
Yeah.
This is the canceled Chomik deck. If you're kind of in the know about SoxBX streams, you can piece together what this is. And I think I mentioned it on stream a few times. I was making a deck for a game called Find the Chomiks that I did 9 streams of, and I played a shit ton a long time ago, back in January. And I was making a card for every Chomik. And then some stuff happened with the person who made that game. They said some very disgusting things publicly, and I denounced the game, and I've never streamed it again, and I canceled the Chomik deck. But the Chomik deck was real, and I was writing stuff for it. Yeah, lost Godgame, not lost, but canceled Godgame Media. It sucks. It makes me very sad. But it is an entry. Sox, when are you playing Find the Chomiks again? When Pikmin 4 got delayed to 2018? Yeah, that's something most people don't know about. Some people do. It felt fitting to put down here because it's really, really obscure.
Yeah.
I have something.
Go on.
There are more Doug cards.
That's right.
This one speaks for itself. And I'm not going to say anything else.
Let me search the special tag.
I want to put... There's a folder on the Godgame template that's called, like, upcoming expansions. I think just an entry called upcoming expansions.
That's true.
I think that's just, like, a good... Because there's many planned expansions that we have not said a word about. I'm really trying to get everything that isn't, like, fucked. Wait. Wait a minute. I just realized something.
Yeah.
Plan C is not what I thought it was.
What?
What is Plan C? Because what I was thinking of when I wrote Plan C is Plan A.
What the hell is Plan C?
Wait, what the fuck? Hold on. I have to... We've been going through so long, my brain is frying. Hold on.
A little bit, yeah.
Which is which? Oh my god. Plan C is not... Plan A is the really bad one. Plan C is a completely different thing. These are two completely different things.
Okay, so what's Plan C?
I'll DM you. Because you do know about this.
Okay.
Now Plan C, I have to go back and talk about Plan C. Plan A I've never alluded to, and if all goes well, you'll never know what it is. Plan C, I've alluded to before. I have vaguely alluded to before, publicly, on stream. And that's all I'm gonna say. I can't believe I confused those two. Oh my god. That's bad. That's scary. Why is Plan A the bad one and then Plan D like cooking? Because this was my first plan. Yeah, Pyro, no. No, it's fucking bad. Anyway.
Oh, I think I do have something.
Do you?
Yes, but I can't really elaborate on it.
Okay. Is it something you should DM me? Or is it something you should just say?
I can say it.
Okay.
Riddler's Secret Challenge. It has 2Ds.
This is the one. This is what I think it is, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I can't say any more. I've already said too much.
I'm gonna put something on here that's not scary and it's just kind of funny. Reject deck number 4 is find everything spoilers. This is true. This is 100% true. And everyone who's worked on Reject Deck 4 knows this. And it is not known publicly at all.
Can we just put Billy down here?
Yes! Billy Form 2. So there's a card of Billy from Billy and Mandy, and he has a form that is not in the game and is in the Ultra Secret deck that I wrote that is just spoilers for Stranger Things. For no reason.
So
I have one that I'm gonna put on here. No, I shouldn't put this. This is...
Damn it. How bad is it?
I'm just gonna type it. And some people... I'm just gonna type it.
Oh no.
Clayton's Yard promo.
Okay, you don't need to say anything else. I'm gonna be fucking sick. Like I said, none of the entries on this are jokes. None of them at all.
I have a trivia one that I could do.
Sure.
Custom Super Fight. There's a game by the creators of Cards Against Humanity called Super Fight where you argue over which character would win in a fight. I made a modded version of this that had Gamzee and Tord from Ed's World years ago and a bunch of other stupid shit. And that was made a little bit before the first playable version of Godgame and heavily inspired it.
Huh.
That's really all there is to know. It is a fully playable game. I mean, yeah. Super Fight,
actually,
I think it's by the Cards Against... I feel like it is. Maybe I'm wrong.
That actually kind of reminds me of something.
Yeah?
That Phoebe and I sort of work on the side, but like it's something
Yeah.
that was like on before I was working on Godgame. And it kind of like inspired my work on this a little bit. My poker card TCG. You know the website mypokercard.com, which makes like you can make like custom Pokemon cards on it.
Yes, I do.
Yes. Phoebe and I, occasionally, we have a channel in our server. We have a dump channel. We just post as many fucking shitty ass TCG cards as possible. And what we're doing is there's two things we're doing. One, we're adding them, where we're just playing with them as written. So they're completely fucking broken, busted, horrible. The other thing, we're trying to make a balanced version of it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, those custom Pokemon cards, but completely balanced in line with the actual TCG, which is what I started working on that before Godgame, I think. That's where my Godgame card writing things came from.
I only have 3 more. There's one of these that I'm debating not even putting on the iceberg. Because it's bad. It's like bad.
Oh,
It's from years ago. Well, it's not like bad, but it's like Game Grumps tier type of card, but like real.
Wait, is it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, what do you think? What do you think?
I think it might be okay. If you're thinking of what I'm thinking of.
Thank God the Game Grumps aren't real.
This may be completely the opposite of what. This might not be what you're thinking of at all, but I think, is it this?
No. Well,
Oh.
kind of. I was just gonna put this.
Oh.
I was
Oh
gonna
yeah,
put this.
that right. Yeah.
I was gonna put this. I can think of a way to word it. It is a card, an old god game of a YouTuber. It's not PewDiePie. It's not JonTron. It is a card of a YouTuber. I feel like I don't need to say any more than that. Okay, yeah, Pyro, you know what it is. Game Grumps are annihilated. It's a YouTuber. I feel like I could just put YouTuber card.
Yeah.
I'll just put that. And we'll end it there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to answer any questions about who it is.
Yes.
Rox, I have 2 more entries.
You do.
These are like the deep secrets of Godgame.
Okay.
No. No, I can't.
Well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put that and we're not gonna elaborate on it. You'll never know what this is. This is a non-stream card that will never be seen on stream. Because I hate that shit. And you're never allowed to talk about it. And you're never allowed to donate for it. Or donate shit that draws it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scooby Shaggy, where did you take us? Somehow that did not make it to the iceberg. Rox, do you have any more entries before I put my final entry on here that I can think of?
Hold on, I'm scrolling through our DM right now.
I have one final entry.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, that's kind of awesome. It's scary. No, I think I don't have anything else.
Wait, I have another one I can put on here. I have one I can put on here.
Okay.
I have an actually like fucking scary one I can put on here. Hold on.
Oh no.
Pray and be remade.
Oh yeah. You know.
If you know, you know. And if you don't, you may never. If all has gone right in the world, you'll never know what this means. Rox, I have one more card.
Okay.
And then we can do final edits. Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
I'm going to type this out. I'm going to go into view. I'm going to go into window, and I'm going to go into character, and I'm going to make this bold. The 506 by 2,870 picks card. This is the absolute bottom of the Godgame Iceberg. This is lower than anything. This has to be lower than absolutely everything. This is as low as you can literally... This is as low as you can go. That's as low as you can go. That's it. And I think that is I think that's layer. I think that's the final layer.
I think so.
I was the catalyst for it. No, Star, every single one of us is to blame for that. This is a card that we can never show you.
$100,000 and we'll do it.
$100,000 and we'll do it. This is another card that falls into the Carnival White workshop section.
Yes, Keith, I do know what that means, and I can't tell you, I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is a card that unfortunately just about every developer who helped with Carnival, almost all of us at the very least know what this is.
Yeah.
And we've taken like a vow to never ever. We are all responsible for this. This is a little bit from everyone.
Yeah. It's kind of sobering to look at it.
Yeah. That is as bad as a card can get. I think. I literally think that is like the bottom. That is the card that will fall at the very bottom of the tier list, except you'll never see it. Because it'll never be there. Yeah.
Nothing else to say about it.
I mean, you can talk about it. We'll never answer. This is like a myth. This is like a playground rumor. But it exists. It's real.
Yeah, again, everything on this is real. Everything.
Every single thing on this iceberg is very real. All of them. And that is the Godgame Iceberg. Holy fucking shit. I should save this. I haven't saved it all this stream.
Please save like now?
I just did, yeah.
Okay.
That's the Godgame Iceberg. That was long. That was many, many hours.
It is 5 in the morning.
Oh my god.
I'm so fucking glad I'm not streaming tomorrow.
I know. I'm gonna do one final check. Make sure I didn't miss anything on my dock. Pocket, smarts cards, victory points. Yeah, I got everything. There's definitely more stuff we could have included, but...
Right, but we don't need to be that thorough. I mean, like, it's fine if we miss something.
Yeah.
God.
I guess I can add one more thing.
Oh, really?
Should I? No, I already have plan. We don't need plan E on here. That'd be a bit excessive. You already have plan A, B, C, and D. I'll just add the full plan book.
Okay.
And that will be its own thing. There you go.
Sorry, we're about to end stream soon.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think we're done.
Okay, I'm gonna put a song on for the end of this then.
Yeah. Damn, the Iceberg took longer than I thought.
Yeah.
Well, chat, what was your favorite? What of these entries, which is most interesting to you? Like, what do you wish you could know more about that you don't know about? Maybe one day you'll know. This game has a lot of lore. It really does. And this game's very important to me.
So much, yeah.
I'm very thankful for the position I'm in because of this game. As a content creator and as a community leader and as a friend to the people around me and as a game developer. And I'm very proud of the place I'm in and I'm very happy with where I'm in. And that is thanks to you guys. So thank you. As thanks, I can promise you that the Game Grumps deck will never be real. It will never be real.
God.
Yeah, and welcome to year 2. Here's to many more. Here's to many more mysteries. Here's to an even bigger Iceberg next time. You know?
Yeah.
And
we just about finished actually. Right when the anniversary, the anniversary ended in the EST.
wow. Yeah, it's 12:04. Well, now we can begin year 2. Thank you guys for watching.
So much awesome stuff we have planned.
I know. I'm so excited for Arcana. I really want to power through Carnival and then just I'm working on an expansion, and there's some other expansions in the works that are like expansions the size of Nuclear, you know, or like Champagne, where it's made by one person with a vision, and it's limited on cards, and it's, you know, it'll be focused on mechanics and stuff. So yeah, the 10-year Godgame anniversary Iceberg full reveal, the secrets unpacked.
Oh fuck. Yeah. Yeah, Godgame is very special to me. It changed my life very significantly since I, approached Sarks about it.
Yeah.
I would not be the person I am right now without this. So thank you.
I would not be the person I am. So thank you guys. Dude, I don't know. It's just crazy that like this stupid thing has like evolved into something so expansive and like big. And for a bit, like for a few, like maybe like 1 to 2 months, I've been kind of like taking a break away from Godgame, and it feels good to come back, and now I'm like ready to make more.
That's exactly what I did after Chaos, yeah.
I want to finish Carnival. I'm just gonna power through Carnival Blue as much as I can, and Carnival White begrudgingly, and then make awesome shit. yeah, I got my energy back. And I've always loved Godgame, but like now especially, like I'm excited, and I wanna make more stuff, and I wanna play more. I mean, I don't want to promise like once a week, but as often as we are able. And we have a full week ahead of us of Godgame, so.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's still Godgame week.
I'll promote some stuff. Tomorrow, I may be doing a watch party in my server of an old Godgame VOD. It'll either be the first with Gibson. I think it'd be more interesting to watch the first 4-player game, because that has a lot of the, like, that has Survivor Roller Coaster with Family Guy. I think it has Gaster. It has a lot in it. It has Cat Dog. Wednesday, I'm doing Godgame Dev. I'm making viewer cards. If you want to submit cards or write some in preparation to submit for then, I have a doc here. I'll put my full schedule on stream, and then Rox, you have your schedule too. Rox, are you doing anything Wednesday? You are,
no,
right?
No, I'm not. I have my campaign Wednesday.
Oh, true. Thursday, over on Rox's channel, there's going to be a Godgame boss gauntlet that's going to have some fun stuff you've planned.
Yeah, I haven't actually talked about that at all yet. I mentioned that it's a boss gauntlet, but other than that, nothing. You may just have to tune in and see what's up there. I don't want to spoil too much, but there's some awesome stuff that's going to make it a bit different from the regular gauntlet.
Yeah. On Friday, Rox, I believe you're doing something in the afternoon?
Yeah, I'm just doing some card dev.
Yeah, you're going to be working on cards. Yeah, and you'll be taking submissions. Are you going to work on anything in particular?
I think so. I think I might, like, just write some cards, like, in advance, and then just make some of those from the
That's cool.
thing.
Yeah, for your new thing that you're working on, right?
Yes.
Ooh. On Friday is, after that, Friday evening is Godgame Calamity Carnival reveal. Haven't decided if we're doing versus mode or party mode yet. It'll be one or the other. We're gonna have a Calamity Carnival set. We're gonna be using all Carnival red and green cards, all base game cards, and then some handpicked ones from other expansions. That would fit well. On Saturday, Rox, are you doing anything on Saturday?
Yes, I'm actually doing a 1v1
with Bomber.
With Bomber, yeah.
Yeah, Bomber's first game.
Yes.
You should grab some of Bomber's cards from my channel.
Yeah, I'll probably do that.
The Toontown cards.
I was gonna say the Toontown ones. Those are fucking awesome.
On Saturday evening, I am finally doing the Godgame tier list. It's gonna be long. I'm ranking every card in Godgame. I'm gonna have a tier system. I'm probably gonna make a custom tier, maybe even a custom tier graphic, kind of like this. There's gonna be custom tier. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna rank every card. I'm gonna have a point system. I'm really just gonna be an opportunity to go through every fucking card in the game and talk about them one by one, even Goomba. And it's not gonna be one stream. It's gonna be the start of this tier list saga. It's gonna last a long time. You catch it on Saturday. This will include viewer cards. I'm debating on, I'm gonna have a viewer deck of every viewer card that I will draw from randomly, because I'm gonna draw from decks randomly. And I'll draw from it occasionally, and I'll probably have some incentives like donate to draw like $5, and I'll draw the top of any deck for you. Like any deck you want. Or I'll just $5, I'll draw the top of the viewer deck even. Since there's a number of cards that haven't been revealed yet, right? It'll include everything before Carnival Green, and I'm going to talk about how to do, it'll probably include all revealed ultra secret cards, and like, I don't know if it needs to count secret cards, but I want to do every fucking card, so we'll figure it out. Rox, are you doing anything on Sunday?
Yes, I'm actually doing some more card reworks. I'm gonna. Doing still. I'm
gonna prepare some from expansions after beta, like Nuclear.
Yeah. That'd be good.
Sunday, I'm doing my big gauntlet to cap off the week. I'm gonna have all my friends. I'm gonna ask my friends to make some custom sets, pick out their favorites, And we're gonna do versus mode all throughout stream. And that's gonna be that. And that's our plans for the week, guys. Thank you again for watching. Thank you again for everything, really. I mean,
Yeah.
it is amazing to be in this position. And I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go eat.
It's 5 in the morning. I need to go to fucking bed.
Yeah, that was like a 9-ish hour stream, right? Should have 4?
Like 8.
Damn! I haven't streamed this long and had stamina by the end in so long.
I think this is the first time I've streamed this long.
It's like even last night I was like so tired after 5 hours. Godgame just does this to me. Let's raid someone, and I'm gonna go eat. Yeah, thank you guys. And thank you again for the fan art. We got fan art from Procrastinating Spectre earlier. And
Sorry,
yeah,
in the mic.
it's okay. Do we want to raid anyone in particular? Alfred's live, Paper Box House.
Sure.
Either Alfred or we could also raid Griffin. Actually, we could raid Griffin. Griffin's playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3. If we want to go raid them. Sure.
I don't know the channel.
It is Griffin Galactic. Here, I'll type it up. What should our raid phrase be? Because there's a lot.
Oh Jesus, that's a good fucking question. I'm not sure. I almost want to say Pray and Be Remade, but that's like really fucking ominous.
No, it shouldn't be that. Xenoblade Chronicle? What about Draw One Pork Chop?
Yes, that sounds good.
This is our raid phrase. We're gonna raid Griffin. Chat, I'll see you guys Wednesday on stream, probably tomorrow, if for movie night. And yeah, thank you guys again. I'm gonna go eat some pizza. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.